You gotta be you gotta be a bit more creative.
Wait, guys, can I get like a definitive answer on this? Does Kingpin have powers?
No,
His weight, dude.
yeah, his weight. His weight. But
No,
that,
'cause
that's
That's
the meme, diba?
empowering, yeah.
My weight.
But does he actually have any powers, or is he just a normal dude?
Just
He's
a
a
guy.
big fat man.
It always feels so
he's-
unclear to me in any of his depictions. It's always
Mm.
like, oh, it's Kingpin. I gotta be scared of him. You got powers, my dude. It's
I
like,
mean, he's big.
Very big.
That's basically it.
By that definition, the Big Show has powers.
Mhm. Yep,
I
yep.
believe it, dude. Have
You're
you
right,
seen The
you're
Big Show?
You're right. You're right. With his
Did you know
frying
the
pan
story?
size hands. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you know
dude, it's
about the
scary.
story of Big Show intently cheating on dominoes against the Undertaker and a few of the boys in the locker room?
dude,
Like
I
he
bet.
palms dominoes because of his hand
What?
being too big.
Palms down?
Right.
Okay.
His hand is
Dude,
the biggest
and
for the
then-
frying pan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then
I
when-
would believe that if the Big Show got adapted into an animated feature film, he'd be rectangular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Hmm?
it's definitely rectangle or triangle. Like I can see the Big Show being
Oh,
a triangle,
yeah.
right?
Or
Yeah.
a black void.
He can be the counter
Black
king. He can be the counter Kingpin, where Kingpin's the
He's too
rectangle.
tall.
He's the
and
triangle.
The other one's too wide.
That's what was going on with those shadows in Tekken. the Big Show was just looming all over them the whole time.
Oh
He was the props guy.
Nah. That was a choice.
I
I
still haven't
remember
watched
correct.
that. Why did they all have shadows across their faces?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just a choice.
Don't worry. The devil gene.
The
That
devil.
was the king of the Iron Fist.
hmm
No.
I still don't
Mm-hmm.
understand. But yeah. Kingpin, definitively. I think we answered the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to recap,
Yes.
I asked, does Kingpin actually have powers? And all of you said he's large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's large. He's healthy.
He's in charge,
He has
yeah.
weight.
hmm
Mm.
That's enough for
When he
powers.
was a
Man.
boy?
Mhm. The funny answer, the actual answer is not as funny, but I'll do it. It depends on
Look at the
writer
white
to
wall.
writer. That's it. Yeah.
I refuse
Yeah,
to do
that's what
research.
Stan Lee said.
Yeah.
I refuse to do research because this is funnier.
He's
I mean, you don't have to. That's the real answer.
he's he's
guy.
he is in the form of the most powerful shape. Everyone knows that the most powerful shape is a rectangle. So
that's true.
beat that, Spider-Man.
He at least has like one of the most powerful superpowers ever. Money.
Yup.
Yep.
And
That's
being
all
from
Tony
New York.
Stark has. Like, that's all Tony Stark has.
Yeah, Tony Stark made it. Batman made it work.
No, that's true. And I guess Kingpin is crime money as opposed to like
Yeah.
if Batman is inherited money and Iron Man is war money, like Kingpin has crime money.
Yeah, and
Dude.
arguably, he's got the one up on that guy because he had to earn it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You gotta survive.
He had to work on it. He had to hustle and grind and extort. You know, that's a
He did
lot
after his dad left him to the cops because he couldn't climb the fire escape.
Yes, of course. Because of his weight.
Yeah. One of my favorite memories of Spider-Man the Animated Series. I turn on Studio 23 and Kingpin just won't stop talking about his weight.
No.
The whole
I'm
time.
like, that's real, right? That's not a false memory when I talk to
weight.
people about this. And my surface level comic book knowledge.
Man.
Do you
Well,
think
has
they'll
money.
bring in Kingpin for that new Avengers movie?
They better.
better. I mean, I don't know. I hope
What's he-
so.
Someone got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, have you guys watched that trailer and saw like the
I've seen
cast?
screenshots
seen
of
the
it. I haven't
memes.
watched it.
Wait, there's a
Yeah.
trailer for the thing?
Mm.
It's just
I thought it was just pictures of chairs.
no. It's basically like it's woven together as one like whole trailer
Mm.
of chairs. It's just a
We
trailer
were.
of
It
chairs
was a trailer of
with words on it,
chairs. Yeah.
with names on it,
It was
and
originally
then the
like a
last
live
one,
stream, like a 5 hour live stream,
the last
in a
yeah,
very,
we
very, very like slow, slow paced live stream.
Did
yeah.
one of the chairs say Vincent D'Onofrio or not? That's all I need to
No,
know.
But
Oh,
unfortunately, no.
they gotta be keeping the surprises, right?
no, that's true.
Or
That's
they're
Maybe the
saving it
chair
for the
broke
next.
because of his weight.
the chair broke.
Still 5 hours of Kingpin talking about his weight.
Yeah.
I'd watch
Yo,
that.
I know.
yo, host man, save us from this
Please,
tangent.
please.
All right. Okay.
We're running out of Kingpin
Oh,
material.
wait, are we streaming already? Oh
Yeah,
shit!
we are. We're
I
live.
thought we're just okay. Okay, that's not a first for us, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of a month of firsts, welcome to
Wow.
Good Trades Brigade.
Oh
The,
God.
I mean, welcome to Good Trades, the podcast where we punch each other with stories and everyone takes damage.
Ugh. Yep.
Except
Of
Kingpin.
course, this
Blah, blah,
is your host, Cheesy Chips. You could call me Migs. I'm just happy to be here,
Mm.
Yep.
and
He
I'm
is.
hosting again. Of course, to my wait, let me check the stream. To my right is the Pink Menace with the 3D glasses,
Mhm.
Raffy Graffiti. What?
When I was a
This-
boy.
Bebop, baby.
When
Oh.
I was a boy, Shredder.
Yep.
Back in the planet
Of course, we have on the on my on the upper left of the screen is of course Migoy from Too Much Gaming.
Oh my God. Hello.
He's too much.
Ah shit.
Too much. Just like Kingpin.
Because of my weight.
and, and last but not the least, our fish master podcaster, the human watch. Emile in the morning and
Yes.
night.
I have received several comments. Like somebody messaged me on Instagram today, and like they were like,
Yeah, why
"You
are you
posted your watch
watching? Just-
again," and I'm like, "Oh God damn it, you're right."
But
How-
yeah, what's up, guys? It's been a while. It's been a month
Mhm.
of a
Mhm.
short sweet hiatus, if you would call that.
Yeah. Bunch of
Life,
stuff happened.
life
Oh my
happens.
God. Yeah.
Busy, busy,
Not
busy.
for lack of trying, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were having too much life.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like,
You see Vanessa.
Too much life.
Some of that life was being sick. Some of that life was being busy. Some of that life was being in Baguio.
yeah, some of that life got
The
you work.
mono white wall is all about life gain, Vanessa.
No, no. I
Oh,
just saw
shit.
I just saw the stream.
I just saw that on stream.
Yeah. Oh man, accurate.
Yep, that's
Man.
It ain't Halloween, but we're giving it to you now.
Mhm.
To our listeners, to our audio listeners, Raffy just became the Kingpin. Yeah.
Again.
This body does not fit as it should.
Okay.
It kind of works.
kind of works.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. No, don't worry about it. I got you.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go.
So,
There we go.
yeah. I think this episode is a bit special because it is basically an episode of firsts. Because
First.
it's
Yeah.
it's been a month of firsts. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying.
God, that totally works,
Uh,
Rafi.
I love to hear it.
We've been trying out new stuff, having first hand experiences,
Mhm.
and I think most of us are going to share that this episode. So that's kind of
Yeah.
cool. So who's
I
gonna
like
start
this. I like
the
this thing.
the thing? Who's gonna
Single
start
someone
the-
out, host man.
You have the
Uh,
power.
Put someone on the
Oh,
spot,
shit,
host
yes.
man.
Yeah, put
Do it,
someone on the
Hostman.
spot.
that's true.
Watch it. Watch him
Uh,
squirm, host man.
Me? No, Rafi.
Ah, fuck.
Announcements were made.
It was one of the
I've
three.
put myself on the spot. Go, Migs.
No.
No, go ahead, Rafi.
Okay.
Okay.
We've
Stuff.
already started
Yeah.
the Kingpin shenanigans. So
Yeah.
might as well just follow through and finish it off.
Exactly. There's a bunch. Yeah, we'll talk about yeah, there's a main one that I really want to talk about, but there's a bunch like in these past this past few weeks, like this month has been actually kind of crazy. Like I've been just doing all the side quests and getting no achievements.
No, don't say that,
Like,
dude.
Oh,
I just need I just need more of the achievements. No, but there's a whole bunch of side quests that I went on. One of them is um I was invited to do a media thing for a wrestling show, which is a first for me. That was pretty nice.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh,
That was fun.
under the Raffy graffiti moniker.
Under Raffy
Yeah,
Graffiti.
dude.
Wow, interesting. It
Yeah.
was an interesting experience to like kind of find how I will cover like how that kind of moniker will cover like an event like that. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I have more coverage on the way. Like I was thinking, since Raffy Graffiti's art, like I want to draw something for them. Like basically coverage, but in illustration form. So yeah,
Sick. Okay.
please be
Yeah,
excited for that. That was
yeah, I
really
really liked it. You gotta balance that respect and competition, my man.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
I feel like I also feel like I was very guilty, honestly.
What?
Uh,
What's that mean?
my so I okay, I'm not telling the story, but yeah, the story is I actually did well at covering that stuff, and I actually pulled my part of the puzzle. Like I pulled my weight around it, all because I
Your
was
weight.
motivated by guilt. Just
What?
yeah,
Why?
okay.
just because I feel like, but like like what's it Rafi Binigay no spot ganyan like, well,
Oh,
why
Okay.
is he
okay.
there? Why is he ganyan? Pero yun, they don't know. They be sleeping on this boy. This boy do all that stuff before. So I
Dude, you're a
mm,
wrestling like you're a
exactly.
wrestling yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you journalize. So
I used to I used to journalize for
yeah, dude.
yeah. So
For
I'm
lots
pretty
of stuff.
sure that spot was well earned. You journalistic wrestling man.
whew,
Yeah,
thank you.
dude.
I
It
appreciate
Based
that.
off of JBL, journalist Bradshaw Layfield
I would love another run for JBL as journalist Bradshaw Layfield. I just want the scoops, Eddie.
our wrestling
I just
journalist.
want the scoops, Michael. Give me the wrestling scoops, Michael. Then he comes in his whole fucking limo and he busts out his
yeah.
notepad. Anyway, but yeah,
Yeah, he has that hat with like the little paper that says
mm.
press like stuck in it.
It's a cowboy hat with the press
Uh-huh.
note on it.
And the
He's
vest.
still JBL.
Yeah, the vest over it. And then clothesline from hell pa rin.
Mm.
Alright. No, but yeah, that was fun. Got to ask the questions at the press junkets. I made it worth their while in getting me. Like for the most part, like I was very active in coming up with the questions and trying to get like the best story out of them and this and that. And honestly, it got to a point where the host would know that I was on this fucking uh Trent Krim from the international type shit. Like like that whenever there was a fucking lull or like if people were shy with their questions, they went to me and oh Ravi, what
Oh,
about you? And
okay.
then I would like throw out a real banger one. So we got into that. So yeah, I felt like yeah I earned my spot naman. I delivered. So that's good. Guilt is a very powerful drug. Um, yeah. Ano ba? What else? What else did
Yeah,
we
Raffy
do?
Graffiti from the
Yeah.
Daily Planet here.
Bro, that's what and also all of my videos I cut them out in what I posted, but all of my questions started with hello, Raffy Graffiti from Raffy Graffiti.
Great.
Graphic graffiti,
I,
Nice.
independent.
I did it every time, bro. Like,
No, no, that's the way. That's how you do it.
Hmm.
That's the most
You are the
professional
brand.
thing. Yeah.
We should make a Facebook page, Raffy Graffiti from Raffy Graffiti.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
By the way. Uh, yeah, so did that, cover that. The wrestling show itself was really fire. Like it's honestly I was trying to think of like uh how I would describe it, but I know it was really top. Like for me, I think it was like the best wrestling show I've watched in person. But I've never like like watched like the WWE in person, like anything like live. This was the best live wrestling that I've ever watched ever. I think That's how much of a superlative like that I would give on that event, and not just because I was invited to media. It was,
Okay.
it was just because the
Yeah.
wrestling was so clean, the storytelling was so good, and they really upped their production value. So I'm talking about see DexCon, and their first show of the year, which kicks off their wrestling year, which is called WrestleStorm. And this one is their
Whoa.
second one, so it's DexCon WrestleStorm 2,
Whoa.
which is an awesome title. Not gonna lie, but yeah, it was very good. Well, the wrestling was super clean. Not a lot of botches on the match, like on the each of the
Oh.
matches. Not a lot. Like everyone was very clean. The story, the storytelling on each of them was very uh, um decent, I would say. Um,
Mhm.
um, Straight to the point, not faffy, not this and that, but and there were some genuine moments of like spectacle of like wow, I can't believe I can't believe that's what happened. Like as an example would be in the main event we
Mhm.
have
Mm.
we have two wrestlers called the Best Bros. It is May Saruga. It's May and
Mhm.
Balian Aki. So they're a intergender duo, and they had a tag match with our intergender duo Super P and El Catiponero. And
Oh.
the way they finished the match was so crazy. Like, so when they entered the match, May was on top of Aki, like on his shoulders. She was riding on his shoulders with some sort of like gymnastic wings type shit. So she looked like fucking Mothra with
Whoa.
how big this guy was. Like, see, Aki was actually like quite tall and quite buff. So she would ride Aki to the ring while flapping the wings, and it was glorious. And that tied into their finish, wherein they got into the final points of the match, and it's built to a crescendo. And how does this match end? And then they pull out the fucking Megazord. Like they,
What?
she jumps on top
Uh-huh.
of Aki's shoulders, and then they
Oh
just
shit.
form the Megazord again, and they fight like that. Like um, when
Whoa.
when Aki would punch, May would also kick along with the punch. So parang sabay, like it's hitting the face at once, doing that too.
Oh my
So
god.
he would punch kick this guy, punch kick this guy, and then suplex like both of them, threw a guy to the ground, and then May jumped off from the shoulders and did a backflip into a splash. Like she
Whoa.
Oh
like
Okay.
she
shit.
jumped
Whoa.
over and rolled into a splash. 1, 2, 3. That was the ball game. Oh my god, it was awesome. Like that's a genuine moment of spectacle that I really want to draw. So I think for my coverage,
Damn.
that's the one that I'm gonna draw. Like for
That
them,
sounds sick. They
it's
did a
so
real life
cool.
Frankie from One Piece.
Yeah, that one. After they find the Nen.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, that was wrestling. Um, just a bunch of side quests. Uh, join the basketball league. Blah blah blah.
Join the
We're
basketball
playing.
league.
Yeah, we're playing in another one. In our old high school. Nothing really interesting to report because it's just like sports stuff. Sports stuff, guys. You wouldn't understand.
Oh.
But I
Sports.
know for a fact you guys have been sports in. So
No,
Oh
anyway,
yeah.
yeah.
it's real funny in my head because like
Mm,
you mentioning you joining a basketball league just
mm.
makes me imagine in my head Aris in like a full basketball getup saying league.
Oh god.
That's the vision. But yeah, we this one is a alumni basketball league, which is the alumni of a certain school. So we fight like different batches, previous batches and teams in basketball teams. So there's the 04, 05, and then the 03,
Damn.
05, like this and that. And I was thinking like, if we were the oldest, I was thinking how many teams would there be if we were the oldest and we graduated at this amount, at this year. There would be, I counted, oh my god, there could be 20 teams out there.
Oh, sick.
Oh fuck!
like
Just the playoffs.
just because like out
Wait,
yeah,
like the teams are separated by age?
by year, by batch.
Oh, okay,
By
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
graduation,
I
yeah.
thought like
graduating
by
batch.
age. It's like I was gonna ask is like, did anyone get matched up with like,
the
The
younglings.
yeah, yeah, like
the
people in
oldest
grade
person and
that
school,
youngest.
that
real
stuff
funny.
that's
Grades.
the grade school. The grade schoolers. I don't care.
Yeah, dude.
The kid can get this work.
You gotta learn.
Yeah, you gotta learn. There are some killer kids out there. I play anyway. Like someone brought their younger brother to a game. Parang, "Tang, ang galing." And he was like
Oh shit.
very small. Anyway, the only thing of note here, is that one, we're 2-0, by the way. We're undefeated.
Oh
Um
shit.
Second
No.
is the high school has not changed. The gym
Okay.
is like it was vacuum packed, sealed with time. Like they put time
All
juice in
right.
it, and it hasn't changed a bit. Like this is the same floor where I first learned basketball, full court, and nadapa ako kay Pagaw.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
And I tripped on Nino Pagaw in my first game because I didn't know full court basketball meant you had to run the full court.
Oh shit.
This is the actual floor. It's still that. I can still see where I tripped.
It's like
And then
it's like
this,
the hyperbolic time chamber of
yeah.
basketball.
And this is still the same ring. The same ring setup with the plastic that's almost yellow but still not it. Like it was honestly it felt very vacuum packed. Which is weird because it's now on the 5th floor. It used to be on
Wait, what?
the gym was supposed to be on the 1st floor. And
How did-
now
Oh.
the whole thing
Yeah,
is on
how?
the 5th floor. I don't know
How-
what jutsu they
How can
made.
that be?
I-
But if it's the same, did they transport the whole floor or did the building get taller from underneath?
I can't. I don't know how to describe. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I don't have an answer for you. This is the puzzle. Like,
Oh.
this is the puzzle. Why is this the same ring, the same court, and the same stage behind it, but it's on the 5th floor now? Is this like Minecraft rules where you just build a floor underneath shit? Like I don't know how Minecraft works.
Dang.
I don't know if that's accurate. Is that how
Totally
you
not
Minecraft? No,
accurate.
it's not. Okay,
No.
shit.
Not how it works.
I pulled.
I
Okay,
will tell you.
I pulled. I missed. Anyway, you can't all be penguins. But yeah, I'm a big ass mystery. I will report findings if I ever find out. But wow, yeah, that was the thing. But and the only other thing before we get into the main thing is I was also asked to organize a Tekken tournament for Nolita Joe's, a pizza place in
Yay.
Poblacion. It was so good.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, it was so good. Oh my god, it was so
Good
good.
success. Great success.
Yeah, but also it was scary. Very, very scary. Because like no that whole thing moved very, very fast and got big very, very fast. Like
Oh yeah.
No, I can imagine.
like I
There
posted
was
about
supposed
it.
to be someone there.
Bro. I posted about it and I was like I was testing the water, so like you guys, if I make a Tekken at a pizza place, would you go? And then like 4 people comment that G, and then oh shit, cool. There are people interested. Okay, I post the thing. Here's what we're doing here. And then the post blows up, and the next thing I know, Dojin is coming, and in the brackets, international IESF champion Dojin is coming to destroy our pizza party with Tekken. like,
Call him the Shredder.
it was that was like I was very like this is getting real scary. This is getting real scary. Like before I know it, the post gets shared by a bunch of like casters and junk, like and now people are gonna meet, and now people are, and if you've been to Nolita Joe's, it's quite a small pizza place, and I was worried that with the amount of traction this is getting, like we'd probably cause like a fire hazard for sure. But I didn't want to kind of step on the groundswell because it was kind of going so well. So I just went, fuck it, we ball. If we make if we make a disturbance, we make a disturbance. I'm sure people could just like leave. The fighting game community has survived at least one fire in this country.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
in,
that's real.
in this country.
I remember.
Uh-huh. So we don't
We
Without
thought it was part of the
panicking,
show.
too.
we we don't fear that shit. So yeah. And so a bunch of casters come, they share the post, and now a bunch of players come and they share the post, and then before I know it, like it hasn't even been like 2 hours or 3 hours, and then the person who had the brackets was like, or the signups was like, there are already 13 participants. Like
Oh shit.
we were gonna do
Wow.
12. Like we were gonna cap off at 12. Okay, now let's do 16 then. Okay, no, we get into the 16 player people. Yeah, safe to say, the turnout was pretty great. And then yeah, you saw Maru was in the brackets. Dojin was in the brackets. Some other killers were in the brackets, like si Melos from si Melos, who we know from the art days, is also like a pro player that came in, also a Malivang killer. And I think some of the casuals, some of the casual people who was like, yeah, I'll eat pizza and beer and Tekken. Just so, I think some of them backed out. So
Oh
Oh,
no.
man.
they ducked the smoke. They weren't ready. They weren't ready. Like on the day itself, I think there was a guy who was like, I think there was a guy who backed out from the staff that worked at deleted shows. Like I think he entered just for
Oh.
fun, and then when he saw like the
Casually.
bracket, so yeah, he was like,
Hmm.
ah,
danger.
yeah, sir, actually nag-leave yan eh. Yeah, they ducked the smoke. It was fun. It was a great night. At one point, so one of the most fun things about, like, I've organized like a bunch of these like informally here and there, like the NBA one and like the Street Fighter 2 one, and one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
funnest things to do, and like what people tell me is they enjoy me kind of casting or commentating over the game. And okay, fine, like sige, but when I tried to do it the game, so I started the game, so I'm hosting, I'm also doing all the mic stuff, which is like, okay, hello everyone, blah blah blah, welcome to blah blah blah, like I'm doing all that shit, and then I call in um the first two Tekken players
Okay.
with, and then a bunch of the casters walk into the room, and then I
Oh.
just get all gun shy.
Oh.
I got super gun shy of like, yan.
Oh, no.
Laro na kayo.
Tagalog na.
Saying shit.
Just you play.
Where's
Play
the
your game.
make some noise?
And then I get so gun shy to a point that two, maybe three matches went uncommentated on, and it was just
Oh
like,
no.
it was just like silent. And then
Not even. Oh man.
yeah, not even at anything. It was just like, Melos advances, and then
Okay.
next match, this one and this one, and then silence. Then
Did
they
you
play.
did you get to say the thing?
What's the
Did you
thing?
get to say get ready
For the-
for the next battle?
Forgot,
Or
I
didn't
forgot.
you?
Forgot.
Oh
At
man.
that point, I was in my head. I was really in my head, being nervous that all these casters know what they're talking about, and like, are do this,
Yeah.
who actually do this, like, are
Dude,
observing.
they know the move names.
Yeah. I don't even.
They memorized everything.
And at one point I said, "Ooh, he's up in the air." That's all I can do. No, but yeah, I get in my head
A little
about it,
up-and-downy?
and I get very like gun shy and not mutter a word. Like it falls into silence the first three matches, and our good friend, friend of the show, Care of Mick, notices this, and he's been with me like whenever I organize these type of things, because no, he goes up to me and says, Raffy, what the fuck are you doing?
That's right. That's right.
Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck are you
You
doing?
tell him, Nick.
This is what the people came for. And then, di naman ganun. But yeah, why aren't you not doing the thing? Parang, it's because this and that and this. nah, fuck that. And he grabs like a rum coke. He gives it to me.
No, you were
There we go. Let's
lubricated.
Here you go.
go.
He slams it on the table. Here you go. He slams it on the table. And from that point on, my friends, it was a done deal. I took the rum coke and fuck it. I don't care what the moves are called.
Mix secret stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Yep. Mix secret stuff. And from that point on, that was it. Yeah, I just went for it. It was a good night. I didn't know what a bunch of the moves were called. That was Jin's kick. I don't, but it was quite. We made a night out of it. Like and at the end of the day, like people enjoyed. People that's what mattered. Like they don't also really go like. They don't go for the move names or the technicality of it. They go for the spectacle. And I can do the spectacle. I can do the hype. I can get them up of their seats, you know. So that's what I did instead. At one point I had my favorite call of the night, which was like it was Jin versus Kuma. And then
All right.
I just said, oh, no, oh man, now it really is man versus bear, and then all that shit happened. They did it like, and then Kuma hits a hype rage art to win it all, and as he was like charging up the rage art, I go, "This is why we picked the bear," and then he hits the rage art and wins. It's good. It's good.
Sick.
Great night. Great night.
Sick.
We're doing more of those again in April. We'll have a Street Fighter tournament in 2 weeks from now on a
2 weeks
Tuesday. Yeah, and then we'll have another Tekken at the end of April, and then in May, we'll have Guilty Gear and Super Smash Brothers. Yeah,
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man,
Interesting.
and another Tekken. We want to do like the Tekken thing kind of monthly, so that people have something to look forward
yeah.
to. And as a small like diatribe, I feel like the FGC, the fighting game community, and a lot of like the geek community here is kind of looking for like a home again. Like judging by the way that people like really flock to this one, like some nothing tournament by some dude in a pizza place. It was really well received. I feel like the geeks are looking for a home, like a place to go, because a lot of where they used to go is not really like available anymore. Like stuff
don't
has
exist
closed
anymore.
down. Yeah,
We don't got snow cosmic gorgons no more.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Playbook. Some of the other ones like that's closed up. Rumble Royale tried
Like
for a little
like
bit. Yeah.
like fucking arcades are dead.
Yeah, that one too. So like whenever, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep like finding a place to congregate, even though it's in my little part of the world, and you know.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. Okay, gentlemen.
Oh, okay, what's happening?
No,
I'm
this
scared,
is,
mate.
This is what I really want to talk about.
Mm.
Hold me.
Oh, okay.
That's what I
I
really
thought
want.
you really want to talk about the Tekken thing because
Yeah,
that's
no,
the
no.
biggest one, at least for me.
This is the real one I wanted to talk about.
Mhm.
Bro, Daredevil's so good.
Oh.
Daredevil's so
really?
good. My
Have you
God.
has anyone watched Daredevil
Yeah.
already?
No, I haven't.
Oh, Emile
Only
had.
the first episode of the latest season.
Oh, the first episode. Oh shit.
Mm.
I think it's safe to say that me and Raffy are the most updated.
Okay.
Um,
It's
uh,
I would say nah. I would say I really like it. I would say that it keeps the spirit of the Netflix Daredevil, and I really like that about it. Like I was really worried that the Marvel Daredevil will be very much kind of sanitized, and
like
you know,
She-Hulk Daredevil.
yeah, kind of like, oh, look at this hijinks. He can't see. Whoa, stop the bank robbery. Ah. But,
Okay.
but it wasn't that. Like from the gate, I'm so happy like that it wasn't that. It was a bit darker than your regular Marvel fare, because like
Yeah.
a lot of Marvel TV, you know how a lot of Marvel TV has that vibe of like
Yeah.
watered down and really surface level.
Disney levels of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And it
seriousness.
doesn't really touch on any deep anything remotely close to symbolism
I thought you were
or
about to say deep comic book roots.
any deep comic book roots
I mean,
or
they have that problem of being gun shy also
mm,
when it comes to talking about the real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they almost did that
mm,
in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like they
almost.
have that chance, and then there's a rewrite, and then things happen, and I mean it's still a good show,
Mm,
but they missed a lot of uh opportunities to talk about other stuff, like that has politics of the day, but they never went with that because they're
mm,
Disney.
yeah.
Um, and then there's, I think the closest we have to something as violent as Daredevil was the Echo show,
Mm,
which is also sort of tied to Daredevil and the
Yep.
Netflix shows because it also has
mm.
Kingpin. It also has like that connection with the greatest show in Disney Plus, Hawkeye. Um, but
Wow. Okay.
Greatest Christmas show.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a Christmas movie, guys. I mean Christmas show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, Daredevil. Not. I mean,
Yeah. Sure.
just for the benefit of Migoy and oh shit, I forgot. Emil hasn't seen it yet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
but
haven't
I
spoiled
haven't.
anything
just
much.
Wait, where can I watch it?
Disney
Man.
Plus.
oh, it's in Disney
Oh, God damn
Plus
it.
and in
Mm-hmm.
the sea.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't-
yeah, it's hard trying to talk about, of course, story beats because
Yeah.
Emil hasn't watched it yet. But um, yeah, I think I would say the first time, like the first episode aired, I was I was all I don't know, man. I'm
Really?
not sure if
Mm.
I'm gonna like this
Mm-hmm.
because of one thing that they did. But after a
Mm.
few episodes, I was convinced that it was a good show. Like it was
Okay.
entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
So at least they gambled a lot on that first episode. I would say it
Mm.
was a really good episode, but there's one thing that they gambled upon then, and I guess it kind of worked as the episodes um like showed during
Mm-hmm.
their season run. But I don't know. What do you think about that one, Big Goy Raffy? Because at least you guys watched
Yeah.
the first episode.
Ikaw, Migoy. I like. How about you, Migoy? I want to hear from you.
Uh, I'm willing to keep watching. It's just that, like these hour-long shows get kind of tiring
Yeah.
to go through.
Yeah.
And especially when Cheese was like, I don't know, man. And okay, now I don't want to watch it anymore. Because I was like, dude, did you see that thing? Then Migs like, oh man, kind of brought me down a bit. But I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I was also of the mindset of letting the episodes build up,
yeah.
so that if I do get into it, I'll just keep watching, as opposed to waiting week per week and forgetting what happened and all that.
yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
So, but like
understandable.
the impression of the first episode at least is like, yo, this doesn't feel like, like the Disney, the
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse grasp.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
it felt like
Mm.
Yeah.
watching the original Daredevil show way back
Yeah.
during the
Mm-hmm.
Netflix days. Like the theme is the same. It's very environmentally heavy, if you know what I mean.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even the color grading is very similar, and they tried to do the big one shot fight scene again,
Yep.
if you
Yep.
noticed.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, oh,
They
they're
did.
doing the thing again, and look, it's
Yeah.
actually good. It's not cheesy or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That's a
like I've
welcome.
been hearing good things. Plus, they did show like in the marketing that the Shanisher, the Punish Shane, is
Mm-hmm.
back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if anything, that's something to be excited for.
Man, I'm
They're
I'm
bringing the
really
good people back.
I'm really good at avoiding shit. I
He got spoiled by
I
the
didn't
marketing
know
again.
I didn't know
No. Oh
Shane was in
no.
this. What? Really?
Oh no. The Red
It's,
Hulk
it's in
again.
the trailer they're playing right now on
Yeah,
stream.
yeah. I'm watching it right now and I'm like, what? This thing exists? What?
The Red Hulk's in this one also. Don't worry.
Oh,
Don't worry.
oh
Don't
my
worry about
God.
it.
Oh Oh my god.
But they didn't put him in the trailer. That's where they start to
Oh.
learn. You see,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
see.
One thing that I also like
Mm.
about the show is the theme. They
Yeah.
retained the theme but sort of remixed it,
Yes.
and it's so
Yes.
good.
Yes. Yes.
It was nice. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was like, oh, it's an HD remake or something like that. An HD
Okay.
remake of the theme.
Why did you say it like
Uh,
Kingpin?
yeah, I mean, we are kind of like
Vanessa,
dogging on it.
Vanessa,
Vanessa.
listen to. I want you to listen to this.
Listen to the theme, Vanessa.
The showrunners,
weight,
It
the
is.
showrunners got kind of creative
Vanessa?
in a way.
Vanessa, this was on the PlayStation 3, and now it's on the PlayStation 5.
Imagine. But yeah, speaking of Kingpin, there's
Oh
also
my
one thing I like
god.
about this show.
Yeah.
And I think this is also similar to the Netflix shows, is because Daredevil, the show is not just about Daredevil. It's about these two
Yeah.
guys. And it's
About
it's
Hell's
it's nice
Kitchen.
that they retained
Mhm.
that theme of it's a story about uh developing these two characters, Daredevil and Kingpin.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'm just happy that they still have that theme going on this season.
They serve
It's
as
nice.
dark mirrors. Like, they're very much that though. They. I love how much thought is put into it and how much it asks the audience to think. Like that's what's
Oh,
been
that's good.
missing. Well, that's what's been missing from a lot of Marvel stuff. Really, like
Yeah.
what you see a Marvel joint and it's mostly surface level. Ah, this man. Oh, look, it's 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 a magic. It's a magic town, or like ah.
It's a magic town.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Or like, oh,
Yep.
like, what's a other example? Yeah, but it's very, very surface level. Yeah, like the guilted former Stark employee seeks revenge. Oh, like
Yeah.
it's all very
It's all
um,
connected to Tony Stark
it's all
or
very
something
like
like that.
you take it at face value, and here
Uh,
there is a lot to ruminate on. Like people are very adamant about their stances, which is what I liked about the first Daredevil show. Like I'm always a big fan of like knowing what this character believes in and what he stands for, and then how that interacts with this character and what he believes in and what he stands for. And then
Mhm.
whenever there's like a battle of ideals like that, I'm always like so engrossed in it. Like a good example of this from the old series was when Daredevil and the Punisher are having their battle of ideals just by
oh
talking to each
yeah.
other on the roof, right? Like
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
that scene wherein they really believe in what they are doing and how they approach the world and what all these things, right? And you get to see that challenged, and as you're trying to pick sides as a viewer, you're also getting challenged of like, okay, I see where the Punisher think, like what he's thinking kind of makes sense, and then Daredevil comes in and kind of challenges your views as well. So you go, oh man, that's why, like, there's a lot of that play going on, at least for me and what I'm getting from the series. And there's a lot of
Mhm.
Mhm.
also, aside from that, there's a lot of like different pieces of symbolism is what I would like to say, wherein, for example, here's, can I spoil a shot? But
Sure, sure, sure.
here's a
Sure.
shot. Here's a shot. Like it is Matt Murdock. He is in the court wherein an episode happens, and the way the shot is framed and how it's lit with the side of the court um effusing the light from the window, and how the stands are kind of arranged in the back, and how he sits down on one of them. This courtroom looks like a chapel.
Yeah, yeah,
It
Oh,
yeah, yeah. I
okay.
it
remember that.
and this is usually where uh Murdoch kind of like dissects like stuff, like thinks about stuff and finds kind of redemption and asks redemption, but this time it's remixed so that this isn't a chapel. Like it feels stupid like saying it out loud, but but it's not.
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's not a chapel.
I mean,
But
you
yeah.
gotta understand, like Daredevil has, like deep Catholic
Uh,
roots.
Deep
Deep
Catholic roots.
Catholic
Okay.
roots.
And it does show on a lot of scenes in the show, even on the intro, and
Yeah.
like especially on that shot, yeah, like that's a clever like framing of
Mm,
how the thing's lit, how the shot
mm.
was framed. So
It
it's really nice.
it's definitely like a lot more than, and a lot more. Oh, there was a shot actually. Like we can see on the stream that I'm playing
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
on TV. Yeah, yeah, yeah. On TV on the stream. Yeah, look, like if you miss it for a second and how he's walking and how he'll walk there, and sit down. This is for all intents and purposes. This feels like a chapel, like a place of worship. That's
Yeah,
finding
yeah, yeah.
redemption. Or you can envision. About galing, like there's a lot of that. There's a lot of like the story itself is also feels like many parallels are happening, like Matt's journey, without spoiling anything, Matt's journey and the Kingpin's journey feel like uh parallel journeys and what they're trying to conquer, and the show kind of puts a spotlight to that, like, look, these are the same men. Ganyan. Like something like that, like
Yeah, yeah.
even though they are quite different, and then even though this and that, they are dealing with this thing. Ganun. Like I'm enjoying it quite a lot. Like I watched the first two episodes. It came out I think it came out like episodes 1 and 2 immediately, like in one
Mhm.
drop, and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
third was weekly, the fourth was another week, and then 5 and 6 again in one drop. um I watched the first
Ooh.
2 episodes, and then I was so taken aback by how it resembled the show that I really really love. Like I never realized that the original Netflix Daredevil had such like a pull to me. And then
Mhm.
watching the first 2 episodes, I was sent back all the way to 2016, where I watched
Oh
the
yeah.
the first
Oh,
Daredevil
Jesus
show,
Christ.
and I was like, I remembered where I was when I was watching them, and kind of like getting mind blown over everything that's happening. Um, I was at Denise's place of work, working, waiting for her to finish her end shift, and uh, it was just that time, like late night. I had to wait for her, watch this thing that I heard so much about, and get flabbergasted all on my own. And then I did something when I watched this. I did something that I haven't done in so long, that while watching a TV series is like I was watching, and then I was so like inspired with its kind of artistry that I pulled out my sketch pad and started sketching. Like
Oh.
I was so like, it's so cool. Like the his horn, his horn is a D. If it was when it was
Yeah,
broken
when it
off,
broke.
right? Like that's so cool.
Oh fuck! I
Yeah.
missed that.
Like
That was stupid.
then I started sketching, like,
Uh,
oh, this is how it looks like. Oh, it actually resembles Captain America. His mask resembles Captain America's mask, because maybe it was inspired by that. But this is that. Like all that, and start sketching and sketching and sketching while I was watching the episode. And then after I watched the first 2 episodes, I did another thing that I haven't done in a while. I watched it again. I went to the first episode
Huh.
and then rewatched episode 1 and 2.
oh,
Like I don't know,
That's
like
that's
good.
cool.
for me, I'm gonna qualify it as it's really making a mark on me. Na this is kind of my jam. Like I'm it's really hitting home right now, and I never
Okay.
realized Daredevil had this effect on me. Like and I was marking out like when I heard the theme song, like because that was also our first, or at least for me, my first brush with that kind of you know what the Netflix intro was, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
very slow, very methodical, like
Mm,
bunch
it's
of
just like house.
symbolism. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The blood coming down, like that made a mark on me all those years ago. And when I heard it again, I was like, it's the same song. And the intro and the intro was kind of like dealing with the same thing, statues, this and that. And I like, yeah, at this point I'm just gushing, but yeah, for me it was that good. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Go watch it. Go watch it. It's good.
I will. I just need to get a fucking subscription or like I feel like I'm missing so much not being subscribed to
it's
like so many
it's all right.
streaming things.
I mean, at least Disney Plus is all right because it's not just Disney shows.
Hmm.
Like there's FX shows there.
Yeah.
And some movies, and those are good ones too. Like you get
okay.
Also a bunch of anime.
yeah, a
Oh,
bunch of
really?
anime
Disney has anime?
and
Yeah, dude.
reality
got me.
shows and
Say less.
documentaries. Oh, also Emile, come on, it's 911.
Oh,
Mm.
911 is
911,
there.
there it is.
Right,
Yeah.
that is
Mhm.
there.
The only like subscription platform you get to watch 911 and all its unadulterated mayhem.
Okay. You got me.
I think it's also not not that expensive. I think it's 149 if you're a Globe user or something like this. Like it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very
They have a bundle with Globe or a promo with
Yeah.
Globe that makes it cheaper.
yeah worth it. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's it. No, it's mostly what I wanted to talk about. Like any.
Good.
How do you feel? Like any other thoughts on Daredevil? As I've hugged a lot of their time there, but yeah. Any other thoughts on it?
I'm just excited for the next one. Like I think is it the finale already? For next week, I forgot if they only have 8 episodes left. I mean, if they only have 8 episodes this season, but um, I don't know. Like,
Maybe.
but the next one is good because it's the thing that we're waiting for. So
I'll tell you something.
mhm.
There's a reason.
What?
There is a part wherein we get to see what the bad version of this is because
Really?
yes.
Huh?
What is it? What's the bad version of this?
There is an episode that is the bad version of this.
Okay.
There's a filler episode there that is the
Wait, no way.
Mhm,
That's a bad.
mhm.
No. Wait a second. That's actually a good episode.
No, I didn't like it.
You don't like it?
I didn't
The
like
bank episode? Oh, come on.
I didn't
That's
like
I
it.
know.
It felt like Marvel
Really?
schlock. Yeah.
Oh my, really?
It felt like what
Uh,
it felt like it yeah. Fine.
I would say
it's better than filler, but it was filler in the grand scheme of things.
it is filler. I feel like it's still a good episode. It doesn't. I feel like it doesn't feel like Marvel schlock for me. Like
Really?
maybe there's one character that like when you see that character,
Mhm.
your blood boils and you just scream at the inside, "It's Marvel schlock" or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened to you. But and I understand, but I kind of like that character. But Hawkeye is a really good character. Jeremy Renner
Is that what's going
deserved
on
that
here?
spot.
Mm.
Okay.
And he deserved to be there. He
Mm.
deserved that team up. But no, it's a good episode. What are you talking about? The bank episode is clever. I know I don't want to spoil it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
let's just
yeah,
say
it's the bank.
the premise of that, yeah, the premise of that filler episode is Daredevil goes to the bank. That's it.
Yep.
All
That's it,
right.
right? Dude,
Daredevil goes
it's
to the
it's
bank.
the
Daredevil
inside
takes
man.
out a loan.
Mm.
Okay.
Daredevil, yeah,
You joke,
takes on the
Emil.
bank loan.
You joke, Emil. But
Really?
Yeah, you joke, but it's true.
It's true. He
Matt
takes out a loan.
Murdock
Okay.
mm,
takes on the bank loan.
yeah.
It finally happened.
You'll
Finally.
you'll know.
It's
You'll when both of y'all get to it. I want to know what you guys feel. But it was
Aw,
very
I
jarring to
like
me.
it,
I like it. Sure, maybe.
but it's
Okay.
yeah. I guess it is because of
Mm.
it being filler.
And it feels
But
a
I
lot
think
like what this could have been.
Mm.
Like How yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but um it was
Or
pretty
I think
jarring to me, and it was also
uh
had nothing to do with anything.
yeah, I think but that's also the beauty of it. Like
Mm,
it oh man, I don't want to romanticize this episode because it is
okay.
kind of not it's not the best one anyway. But
Mm,
it does it felt like I think the thing is it felt like what you call those concept episodes
bottle
that
episodes.
they no 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 it's the episode where it's usually the premiere episode. What you call that type of episode in shows?
Pilot.
Yeah, it's a pilot. It felt like a
I
pilot
see that. I
episode.
see that. Yeah, yeah,
Like it
yeah.
isn't like it's just there to present the vibe of it, but the meat and potatoes will be at the next few episodes. But this one, this pilot episode of Disney's Daredevil was placed
Yep,
at the
yep,
middle of
yep, yep,
of the
yep,
Okay.
season.
yep.
I
Accurate.
think that's the best way
Yep,
to
yep,
describe this one.
yep, yep. I agree. I agree 100% with what you just said. This is the pilot episode of Disney's Daredevil. Yes, correct.
Yeah. Disney's Oh, Hawkeye. All right.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
any other stuff in your week or your month?
That was it for me. That was mostly it. That's all I wanted to get to. Yeah.
All right. Migoy, how about you?
Oh
How
shit!
goes your week? I am the host.
He has the power.
Yeah.
I literally just opened my notes and then my name was called out. Like, oh god, it's
Oh,
recitation time again.
just
Yep.
like school.
At least I have a degree, right? That's better than nothing.
Well,
But hey,
from what yeah,
speaking, so yeah, we've been out of commission for what, almost a month, kind
almost
of,
a
ish,
month.
maybe
Yeah.
not quite, kind of three-ish weeks,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but earlier this month, and it's actually happening very soon because we're about to hit the big Aprils, right?
Oh
So
no.
the new Gundam show, the G Quacks,
Oh, G
the
Quacks, yeah.
Team G
GQ
Cox?
G Cucks.
UUUUX.
Yep.
That I'm not joking. That's how it's spelled.
Mm-hmm.
G Quacks.
Mhm.
Yeah, the new show is gonna start airing on like I think mid-April,
Mhm.
and how they generated hype in Japan and a few months after here as well, because
Mm-hmm.
I think this came out in like what, January, when the model kit came out,
Yeah.
Mm.
something like that. They took the first 3 episodes of the show and condensed it, or well, not condensed, but stuck it together into a quote unquote movie,
Mm.
Okay.
and then that's how they showed it around. So they aired it here for like a week or something. It's a very very short SM anime time.
Mm.
Okay. I didn't even know it was out.
So
Holy shit.
yeah, like it came out for like less than 2 weeks, and then it was just gone. But me and Dad Chad, friend of the show, Ray Files, caught it in cinemas, and it was a fun dumb time. Oh boy,
Oh, so how was G
I'm
Quacks?
excited for the G Quack. So the G Quacks, aside from its absurd naming convention
That's the real
and
name
it
of it.
being the next, yeah,
I thought
that's
it was
really
G
what it's
Cox.
called. G
Okay.
Quacks. The
I call it
characters
G
in the
Cox.
show are like, what the fuck is this name? And it's like, it sounds like G
Mhm.
Quacks, so it's
Mhm.
canon. But people were giving this flack because of its mecha design,
Mhm.
because it's the
Really?
most
I liked it.
non-Gundam looking thing. It's very Evangelion,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's because a bunch of Evangelion people are working on this show.
And like,
Mm.
I also saw that some people were like weirded out by the character designs, but I like the character designs.
Yeah, the character designs are
Yeah.
very not Gundam. They feel very like maybe
Wasn't it work?
Gainaxy, or
Wasn't it worked
I feel
on
like
by the guy who did the designs for the Pokemon characters?
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
It 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 sort of looks like a Trigger Studio like
Yeah, it
yeah,
does.
Yeah.
it looks
thing.
like
I
a
see that.
Trigger or like early 2000s Gainax
Mm-hmm.
joint,
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
And yeah, like I said, a bunch of Evangelion Gainax people are working on this. Um, Hideaki Anno, the actual Evangelion man,
Yeah,
He's
the
the
man himself.
scriptwriter for this show.
Oh
cool.
boy.
So expect some weirdness there. But yeah, it's like what made this movie like hilariously enjoyable for me is, like my favorite universe in Gundam is the Universal Century, the original universe, right? Gotta love the quote unquote realism in that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
this is actually an alternate version of the original universe of Gundam.
Oh,
To the
okay.
point
Oh.
that the first episode is a retelling of the original show,
Oh,
Huh.
with
cool.
the twist being, what if Zeon won the war?
Oh
Yes.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it starts off as the Zaku's sneaking into the colony to destroy like the Federation mobile suits, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Char was feeling extra saucy today and decided to go to work. So he was part of the raid team, and he just
Okay.
destroyed everything and stole the Gundam,
Holy
Okay.
shit.
and then
Sick.
proceeded to win the war.
That
He
was it.
stole the Metal
And
Gear.
It was
yeah,
game
yeah,
over from that point.
it was pretty much game over. Like a lot of the same beats happen, but the absence of like the heroes from the Gundam show
Mm-hmm.
were kind of felt, and
That's how
Char
Char
was just
won
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
because they weren't there.
And it's just jarring because like some weirdness happens, some new type space magic nonsense,
Oh shit. New types
big
are here.
space
Okay.
nonsense happens, yeah. So something happens and Char like disappears into the space waves, like a big old flash happens, and he's talking about, I can see time, guys, on the radio,
Oh my
Wow.
and then
god.
he just disappears straight up.
He's new typing.
Yeah, he's new
Yeah.
typing and he disappears at near the end of the war. So
Oh.
the next episode is a big old time skip by like 6 or 7 years. So in Zeta Gundam era ish. And then the art style changes because
Huh?
now we're
Oh
in
wait.
Pokemon cartoon land.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait,
Oh.
So it's still alternate history,
It's still
but set
alternate UC, but
set
the
in
first
UC.
episode, yeah, the first episode is like watching Gundam the Origin.
Whoa.
That's cool.
Oh
And then the
man.
next episode is you're watching Fooly Cooly right now.
Oh, I regret not
Oh.
watching this on cinemas. Holy shit.
And they kind of like not really ease you into it because they took one old Gundam character, like a character that most people won't even remember. He's one of like one of the older Xeon generals that get sidelined. They de-aged
Okay.
him enough in the first episode because
Oh,
he looked like
okay.
an old man, but also by Gundam standards, if you look up the character Ram Baral, he's like this pudgy like old guy who looks like he's in his 50s. He's 35 in that show.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we're older
the
than
age
him.
of people in Gundam is like back in the 80s. If you're 30, you're a senior citizen pretty much. So they took one of those senior characters, de-aged him a bit, and he acts as the in-between connection between the original UC era and
Oh,
the new
okay.
show. I can see
Interesting.
Raffy trying to search Ramba Ralph.
Ralph.
What is it? What is it
It's
spelled, bro?
RAL.
check the chat.
Wrong
Check the
Baral.
chat.
Wrong Baral.
Ram
Baral.
Baral,
Ram
chief
Baral.
of compliance.
There we go. I see.
I can't for the life of
Yeah.
me remember the name of that one character that acts as the in between, but like yeah, they kind of mix the art styles for him in particular.
Yeah.
Because what I
Oh.
notice is the moment they shift art style, they avoid showing any other original UC character.
That
And
makes
if they
sense.
do, it's not beside
Interesting.
any current modern character. If
I would-
anything, it's just like a solo
Oh.
picture by itself, and then cuts hard back to the new art style.
But dude, I would like to see
Okay.
Ram Baral as like a Pokemon character, right?
Oh, dude, I hope so. He should be alive in this timeline.
Dude, I want to see his
Yeah.
goof as the new design, right?
His goof.
His goof.
It's under your thumb.
Oh,
Goof.
goof.
Wait, am I getting that right?
Sorry.
He's the guy that
Yeah,
piloted
yeah.
that.
Yeah, he's
Goof,
it's
right?
no Zaku boy.
He's the
That's
goof.
him.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good. I did my
He's a
UC
goofy man.
homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Hey,
You
I'm
saw
just-
the stuff.
it's just hilarious how Goof sounds like goof.
I want to see his goof.
Yeah.
I want to see Rambaral's goof.
Oh no! Don't say that. It's not-
That's an
Oh,
episode
it
title.
gets,
I guess.
it gets
Yup.
worse. It gets worse the more we say it.
Let
Gotta
me
keep it
see
PG.
Rambaral's goof.
You gotta
Yeah.
keep it perfect grade. So,
Oh my God.
remember when I said people were giving flack about the G-Quax's mobile suit design and like just every mobile suit design for that show in general?
Yeah.
Huh.
I was
Okay.
like, I'm usually at that part where if I see the design and think it looks like, poopy butthole,
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to see this in motion because usually that's what sells me on it. Because
Yeah.
it's been proven to me before where I see a costume design and it looks like shit, but when I see it in the show, like, yo, that looks great, and it becomes one of my favorite character designs, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So when I see it in the show, like that looks good, it works. Like the G-Quax looks great in motion. All the mobile suits look great. I swear they also just straight up reference Evangelion sometimes because
Really?
when Char steals the
Mm.
Gundam and it stands up, it does that Evangelion slouch as it walks forward,
Oh,
Oh, it does
shit.
the bad
Like
posture.
bad posture while it's shooting guns and awkwardly walking forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
So
man,
that it's very intentional in that regard.
I wish the TV series version would like. Do you think like the movie version or the cinematic version you watch is pretty much the TV series, right? Like, so are we getting
That's what
this
they announced. I don't know if
like
there's any changes.
episodic format for it? Yeah, because we did
I
have
don't
like
know how many episodes is it gonna have either. Actually,
because we did have some sort of like a uh we did have that thing with Unicorn Gundam and I guess Thunderbolt, or is it? No, it's not Thunderbolt. But yeah, one is Unicorn Gundam having a movie version, and then they went on with the
the
TV
TV show
show
with more
version.
scenes and whatnot.
Yeah,
I
with more
think
scenes.
I think they're just doing this in a way that like it's fairly popular these days to just condense the first few episodes and release it as a movie. That's what
Yeah.
Dandadan did.
Oh yeah, what
Yeah,
happened with
yeah.
that one? Like, did we get
And then
more
that.
stuff from the cinematic? I mean, from the theatrical release, or is it
No,
the same
no.
as the
It's
It's the
TV?
literally
same,
just
right?
the first 3 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Like
I
I
hope
think
it
it's a
does
new
that.
marketing tactic from anime
Hmm.
studios.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
it
feel like
does
it's not too.
sell tickets too, and it's also beneficial to the movie house.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I
I
really
can't
think
wait.
it's a marketing thing because, like I said, the movie came out when the new model kits launched,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
you
okay.
can't find those kits right now. It's been out for a few
Yeah.
months, but it's still the new hotness.
Shit.
So there
Yeah,
you
I
go.
really think it's
I
just a
can't
new
wait.
trend.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they showed it here because I was not expecting it to hit this country.
Mhm.
No,
So that was
this
cool.
country.
Yeah, this country.
This
Vanessa.
cesspool.
Yeah, G
Country
Quacks.
of the
It's
rabble.
confirmed to be hitting Amazon Prime.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
okay.
Sick.
Oh,
I have
Yeah,
a
nice.
subscription to that.
I wish
hopefully
it
we
was
get it
on
on
Netflix.
Gundam Info as we
Oh
usually
yeah,
do because
Gundam
Southeast
Gundam
Info.
Asia
Info would
privilege.
be like
Yes, that
much
was
better.
top. That would be top.
Yeah. Hopefully we get it for free on Gundam Info. But in any case, it's already up on Amazon Prime as a page if you wanna stalk it there.
Oh,
Cool.
to wish list it.
G
Yeah.
Quacks. It's fun. Also, like I swear, the theming between the not just the art style shift, but the full on theming and music shift from
Uh-huh.
UC to fucking Funtime Trigger anime.
Mm-hmm.
Because war bad Gundam themes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then come
pretty
episode
much.
2, it's like, yo, you want to join this underground like Pokemon battle, but with Gundams? Because we're poor.
Amazing.
I can't wait. Like this, I'm expecting some big dumbass twists for this.
Yeah,
Can't
I've been
wait.
hearing rumors already. Like
Yeah.
I've been listening to to Castle Super Beast and their theories about G Cucks and or G Quacks.
G
Cheekox.
Yeah.
Quack.
So
Uh,
like that in itself, the name is also like a story beat
Really?
because the
oh, really?
U's in all those 6 U's are supposed to be like
One U?
no, they're undefined characters supposedly. So think of them as like underscores, blank underscores.
Oh, okay,
Ah,
cool.
And
yes.
when characters were looking into the files of the Gundam, they're like, oh, it doesn't reveal its full name unless it's to the authorized person who registered itself to the
Oh,
mobile suit. So it's
yo,
a placeholder name. And as to how that
interesting.
plays into the story is like
That's
Oh
cool.
my
That's
god.
cool.
we're gonna see some
Do you,
bullshit here.
do you think do you think at the second half of the show we'll get to see the whole like name, the real name of this
Probably.
show?
Like, I
Oh,
wouldn't
that'll be.
be surprised if it's like another dead ghost girl in there.
I
They've
hope it's
done
just
that
G
before.
Cuck.
It really is just G Quacks.
It's just G Cuck, like GQUCKS, something like.
Dude, when this was announced, like people were going about the name, like, what the fuck is this? What is this doing in my UC Perfect Gundam universe?
Oh my god, the fans.
Oh, dude,
Oh
Uh,
my
yeah, the
god,
fans,
the
the best and the
fans.
worst. I
my
can't wait.
my my bet is since there's Q, it's gonna be Gundam. Uh, what's Char's name again? Gundam
Shit,
Quattro or something.
Quattro vagina.
Yeah.
What
It's gonna be
if
that one.
what if it's Zex?
Oh God, he's
Really?
voiced by
I
Whoa!
Dio
want.
again.
Mark Marquax?
I do.
Like Smart Quacks.
Zex Marquax.
No.
That's so stupid.
Oh nga, no, we've cracked it wide open.
We've got it.
We got it.
Your move.
Everything will be revealed this week.
Everything will make sense in G Quacks.
Oh man, I can't wait for Disney's G Quacks. All right, mark your calendars, boys. Some kind of an April,
Oh,
mid-April
can't wait,
ish.
can't wait, can't wait.
G Quacks is good. The animation good. Like
It's
the whole movie condensed. It felt like I was watching an actual anime movie and not a TV show.
It looks so great. I
Yeah.
can't believe some
looks
people
so
have a
good.
problem with it.
Dude,
They
everyone
also
has a
did
problem
that.
with everything.
They also complained at like Mercury, like midway from Mercury when they
Dude,
first
yeah, they did,
saw
right?
the trailer.
Yeah. And
And
now
then
it's
it's
coming to
kind of like,
Super Robot Wars.
yeah. I actually haven't finished that.
Oh,
I
what?
also have not finished.
You know
Wait,
what? That's
yeah.
kind of okay.
Mercury?
Really?
Okay. It's not the
G
best
Witch
thing.
kind of falls a little flat by the end.
Oh,
Oh damn.
They big old rush.
I
It's good for
stopped
half
at the
of season
squish.
2.
I stopped when. Yeah, I stopped when I think in the middle of season 2 I stopped. So it's
That's
when
okay.
Bob the Builder got the whole.
Bob the Builder.
Bob
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Bob the
Builder.
Builder from space, yeah.
Bob the Builder got the old reality check.
He went to Earth and got fucked up.
Yep. Yep. Traumatized the Earth. Came back a man.
Oh man.
Anything else,
Gundam's
Biggie,
back.
on your week?
So there's a thing called Pokemon Fun Day that's been going around.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They who handles
Oh,
that, Emil? Like it's Pokemon Company,
Frankie?
Southeast
Hey, wait.
Asia, something.
yep.
But they're visiting different malls and essentially doing a glorified pop-up store for like two,
A
3 weeks,
month, right?
something like that. Like three
Almost,
3 weeks at
almost
most, I
done.
think.
Mm-hmm.
Then transfer to another mall. And for
Caravan.
Pokemon Fun Day, it wasn't all that fun.
It wasn't
Oh
fun.
no, it
Oh
wasn't.
No, it
no.
wasn't fun because
That was the
like
one
the pop-up
thing.
store. Yeah, the pop-up store I kind of expected, but it's more like how they handled the so-called events that they had
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
because they
Oh.
bring in the official Pokemon Pikachu mascots, right?
Yep.
Like the
Oh, okay.
air inflated ones that do little cute dances,
Right.
and
Yeah, the marches.
they have scheduled photo ops because they can only appear for a very short amount of time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Or
think
else
before
the
they turn
people in
into
the suits would
pumpkins.
die.
Yeah.
Right.
So the annoying part is they don't post the time schedule as to when they will appear.
Oh, so it's a
Mm.
surprise.
You have to. It's not really because it's consistent throughout all the mall visits. but it's never
Oh.
posted officially on the pages.
Mm.
It's
You have
always
to be
through
there.
like people who go there, like be it um regular attendees or maybe influencers or whatnot. That's where you find out the time schedule. So it's 2 p.m. and then another one at 4 p.m. And what they do is once you're there and once they set up like, oh, it's time to line up for the Pikachu photo op, which they don't really set up a spot beforehand.
Hmm.
You kind of just have to, be vigilant about when and where it takes place, and then kind of elbow your way through. So
Okay.
to be qualified for the photo, they hand out these mini booster packs of like 3-card booster packs, which serves as your ticket to the thing, right?
Right.
Okay.
So if you're not holding one, you can't get into the slot, the space to take pictures. And they only have a limited number of those per instance, I assume. And
Mhm.
if you just miss that window, like, oh, you got to wait another 2 hours before the mascots come back.
Oh, okay.
And
I get it.
then
I get it.
once that's gone, the area where the line is supposed to be dissipates. And who knows if the line will be here again later at 4 p.m.
Oh my god. Okay.
So it's kind of a hassle to do that. We did get
Sounds
a
like a
picture,
clusterfuck. Yeah.
and they only like allow you one photo or at least one phone to take maybe 3 quick shots, then
Oh,
move
what if you fuck
along.
it up?
I know, right? I mean,
Oh.
they take the photo for you. Some cameraman is over there, but you don't get any time to actually enjoy the thing. I think the mascots do their best. They try to grab you, dude. It's a little freaky.
Oh, you got to take that.
Like, yeah,
You
they
gotta
try to
take that shit.
interact with the people because
Mm.
usually we're used to like don't touch the things, right?
Yeah.
Don't touch the
But the
mascot.
mascots
man.
will really get up and close to you and try to interact, which is kind of cool. Um,
That's fun.
but yeah,
Command grab or just regular?
Command.
dude, when they grabbed me, I was like, oh shit, I can't tech this shit.
Wala command grab yan. The
But yeah,
Pikachu
like
nice.
we got our photos. It was cute. The booster pack was kind of cool. The other like main attraction aside from the stores, because the stores are just like Toy Kingdom and that other
Oh.
company that brought Pokemon plushies, and they're very expensive, right? And the
Mm.
Toy Kingdom stuff you can literally find in any major retail toy store that Banky supplies to.
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah.
special in any way, Like I see these things all the time. So the other big attraction was the TCG stuff. So they got courtside to handle this.
Oh.
Card store,
Oh.
game store, courtside, and they have like people who handle the Pokemon League there
Mhm.
to be the trainers for you. So you don't get a free deck like you do with Magic events, but
Oh.
they do give you promo cards for participating. So it's like special foilings of the current 3 starters: the Fuecoco,
Okay.
Sprigatito, and G Quaxley.
Okay.
The duck. I think it's the same as the McDonald's Happy Meal promos that we got here, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, apparently there's limited slots to the number of people they take in for these tutorial sessions.
Oh.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then when they take breaks, it's like 4 hours in between sessions.
What
Oh,
the
okay.
heck? That
And it
sounds
was annoying
lazy.
because when we got there, it was like what 11 a.m., 12 noon,
Mhm.
and they
Mhm.
were finishing up. So like, oh, they're just gonna take a quick lunch break. Then we asked the attendant like, oh, what time is the next session? 6 p.m. And I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do until 6 p.m.?
Yeah,
Like
that
we
sucks.
waited in line for the 4 p.m. photo op, so at least there's that. But the 4 to 6, so like, what do we do in between, right? So we just sit around doing nothing. So like by 5:30, I go back to check, and I'm surprised to see that there's people playing in the Pokemon TCG area. And I'm like,
Oh,
yo,
okay.
like I thought it was at 6 p.m. And like, oh, we started early at 5.
Come
What the?
Oh,
on
Okay.
why
What
now.
you
the?
told us to come back
Yeah.
at
You can't do
6? And I'm
that.
like, okay, you started early, so big deal. Can we still play? And I'm like, oh, sorry, the slots are full.
That's the
You
rule.
had to have
So,
registered. And
That's
I'm
the
like,
word.
okay, maybe I'll
Bro.
come back tomorrow. Where do I register? Oh, are you registering on site? And I'm like, obviously, because we're here. And I'm like, oh, on site registrations are full. I'm like, okay, so where do I register? Is there like a website and a time schedule?
Uh-huh.
And then she goes like, oh, registration is on-site only.
Okay,
Why are you
okay,
making a
okay.
distinction between an on-site registration when it's the only thing there?
I think I've gotten the gist. This was not a fun day.
Yeah, this was
Yeah,
not fun.
dude.
You have
I
this.
wanted those promos.
Aw.
I'm mad. I
On
was
on
mad.
on behalf of the South, Bigoy, I'm sorry.
On behalf of the South.
It should happen.
Uh,
Yeah.
Oh
you
man.
you had a whole
It's South now,
SpongeBob
right?
interaction with this this guy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Registrations
it's worth
are
it.
on site, right? On site or full. Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
You're
do you have registrations? So I have to register online. Yes. But there's no online registration. Yes. All registrations are on site. Fucking what the fuck?
My God.
Man, it's just
The
Manta
loop.
Ray talking to Patrick Star. Fucking
this is Patrick.
Mhm.
Dude,
Wow.
I mean, fuck. It's just like 3 promos that don't do anything game wise, but you know, they're cool to collect, and that's part of the fun. The supposed
Yeah.
fun day. And like a funny thing though is they had this cool wall display of Pokemon cards in those magnetic cases mounted to a bigger case.
Oh,
So like it
okay.
was a wall display of magnetic cases.
Mhm.
And like it's cool and all, but when you actually look at it, and if you're aware with the current TCG scalping prices right now, I'm just like, yo, this wall is worthless.
Mhm.
Oh
There's
no.
nothing here over $1.
Okay.
That's
Well,
kind
I
of a
mean,
bummer. Like, you know, even they are aware of how bad the Pokemon situation is when it comes to product. You couldn't buy a starter deck in the event either.
oh really?
It's
Oh,
just
shit.
not available. So like you can learn the game, but you know, can you buy something to play with it? No. Nothing. We ain't got no product anywhere. Then they give you a flyer for the new set, which was Prismatic Evolutions, the
Mhm.
EV
Mhm.
set. Guess what? You can't
Mhm.
find that shit for like 2 months
Yep, you
already.
cannot people
Even on the day of
are
release, you couldn't find any of that.
dude, it's very
Really?
bad. I think that's where all the hype beasts went. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the
it's back
people
to
who just
Pokemon scalping.
resell the stuff, they don't
Yep,
even
Man.
care.
soulless beings. They do not care.
Wow.
Box
There were
break.
instances of thieving in like local conventions for Pokemon
Dude,
products.
Oh
dude,
yeah, I saw those
I saw
videos.
footage of people at Walmarts like fighting over prismatic
Oh yeah,
evolutions, man.
multiple.
Yeah,
Some of them
man.
Oh my
actually threw
God.
punches.
What?
It's
Dude, it's
that
so
bad.
bad. Dude, it's so
Yeah,
bad,
Throw
What?
man.
hands for
Yeah.
Pokemon?
People were
Holy
throwing
shit.
hands for prismatic evolutions, man.
dude. Like in that
Mm.
particular video where they were throwing hands, you can
Mhm.
hear one guy in the back yell, "I shit myself."
Okay.
What?
That's the best thing that
Wild.
we could have gotten from this.
Damn. Fucking World Star. World Star quality content.
World Star prismatic evolutions nonsense.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Huh.
Pokemon Fun Day, not very fun.
Oh,
Man,
how could you do this,
what a world. This is all
Pikachu?
Jake Paul's fault.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah, but G
Logan
Quack's
with the
good.
yeah, Jika.
Okay. At least G-Quacks.
Mm.
Good.
At least G
Please be
Quack's good.
excited.
Please be excited for G Quack. Not sponsored,
G-Quack's
but we
no.
could be.
I'm looking forward to G-Quack's Fun Day. That's the one.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
dude.
They'll do it
And we
right.
can't find a single G Quacks model kit, right? It's gonna be
Mm.
scalped the fuck out.
Oh god. Yeah.
I shit myself.
You
Oh.
think that's the guy?
Uh
The guy who shit himself
Maybe.
was
I wouldn't
also
be
a
surprised.
scalper? Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you, guy. you you
I
trying to
hope-
sell some cards to a bunch of kids?
I hope he continues to shit his pants.
yeah. So, anything
That's
else?
me, pretty
Nico?
much.
Ooh, all right. No, it's just up to us, Emil.
Yeah.
Do you wanna go first, or do you want me to share what I have?
You can take it, man. You can take it.
All right. Okay.
Why does
Okay.
that sound so menacing?
No, because
Johnny, gusto mo na?
I'm reading the program. I'm reading the program, and I'm seeing a lot of firsts, firsts from both of us.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's something. All right. So, all right, my week or my month, which is it's a lot. But let's go and uh get away with the old stuff first. So I did watch the new season of Formula Un
Hmm?
Drive to Survive.
Oh, oui, oui.
Yeah. Formula One Drive to Survive. It's Formula One season now, baby. So what better way for Netflix to capitalize on the hype than to release the new season of Drive to Survive? And it's really good.
Oh.
It's if you guys are still watching it because we did watch a bunch of episodes before during our COVID
Mhm.
uh COVID year.
To
There's
be honest, I
some
haven't kept up. I haven't kept up.
yeah.
Same.
So the new season is basically the same formula. It's a summary
Wow.
of it's a summary of the of last year's Formula One season. So there's a lot of new new people on the lineup. Some of them has moved on to Formula One. So it's quite interesting, and it's actually um, a good thing to watch if you're looking forward to the new season this year. Because um, if you guys aren't aware of this anime show, a lot
This
of
anime.
people have been traded to different teams already, such as Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari, Carlos
Hamilton
Sainz
is going
going
to
to
Ferrari?
yeah,
Mm.
dude. Carlos Sainz have signed to Williams Racing. Um, and then, boys, guess who won the Constructors' Championship? Guess who is the top dog right now in Formula One?
Uh-oh.
Who?
Uh, oh yeah, I forgot you know the names.
I don't know
Cristiano
the name.
Ronaldo
It's
from the
not
King of Fighters.
it,
Shoo!
the fastest team right now. Isn't Red Bull? That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh,
Wow.
What the
okay.
fuck?
Yeah, Red Bull is not the top dog right now. It's I think it's McLaren, the
We
papaya boys,
we
the
back.
The
colored orange boys.
the
Yeah,
Papaya Boys?
yeah, because their car is colored
Ah.
orange, papaya orange.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought they were named the Papaya Boys for far more interesting reasons.
Oh yeah, I wish there is a better reason than that. But yeah, so this is what's happened on the on last year's season, which is McLaren won the constructors cup, so they're the top dog, like top team.
Mm.
But for the drivers championship, it's still Max Verstappen. Like that guy from Red Bull
Dude, dude, dude,
is
dude.
godlike. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like that
Max
thing, that theme
Verstappen.
music, that
Yeah.
meme is really true.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
there's one episode in this new season of Drive to Survive where it's just um it's one it's one of those Grand Prix where Max failed to qualify good and got himself into like 16th
Mm.
on the starting grid. So 16th place to start of the race. That's like compared to someone who is qualifying for podium, which is like P1 or P2, P3. So like you kind of see the odds on how much you can win if you start at the back compared to how are the odds or what are the odds where you can win this race if you start at the front. So in
Mm.
this race, Max won from
Okay.
From
from from 16th
what
place.
the?
He raced his
Damn.
ass off and proven why
Whoa.
he's champion by winning the Grand Prix starting at 16th. And how the episode was sort of um shown, or how the interviews were sort of shown, like it's like they're they're just surprised. They're as much surprised as uh, uh, uh they are as surprised as I am
Mm.
when they're describing how Max got into first place and win the championship from 16.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
was
Sound
something.
It sounds to me like
Yep.
he wasn't stopping.
Yep. So yeah, that's one of the highlights of the new Drive to Survive season. The other ones is the I don't know, like there's something about how Netflix names the episodes
Mm.
of the show. It's either it's a 50-50 mix up of either it's a very witty episode title or
Mm.
it's cringe. Um like for example, uh there is one episode that focuses solely on Carlos Sainz going to Williams. And the episode name is Carlos Sainz, as in S
Signs. I
I
get
G
it.
N S.
SIGN.
Signs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow.
So, so there's something like that, and then there's one episode where
Symbolism for the soul.
we actually found out the team principal of McLaren was uh a a contestant of Wheel of Fortune in his childhood, and they
Mm.
made the episode title "Wheels of Fortune" because wheels from the F1 car.
I get
It,
it.
you know,
Wow.
so it's I don't know. It's there's some cheeky episode titles, and it's 50-50. You will like it or not, but at the same time, no. This season is good. Like, if you guys haven't watched it yet, or if you wanna try and catch up on what's happening in F1, I think this is like an early rec for me. Like, Drive to Survives. Pretty much gonna wreck it for this episode again.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, onto the meat and potatoes of what my week is.
Okay.
So, boys, um, this is like, how many weeks has it been? It's been 3 weeks since I've
Whoa.
joined my first
Oh yeah.
ever Age of Sigmar
Yeah.
Grand Tournament.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, so I've mentioned this before on past episodes that I was training, not training. I was practicing. I was getting my reps in on Age of Sigmar games, which is a Warhammer fantasy game. I was also grueling for 2 weeks, trying to make the deadline of painting a full army for this grand tournament. So, fortunately, I did finish painting my army. So I have a fully painted army.
Cool.
Um, and then yeah, the grand tournament happened. For anyone who isn't familiar with grand tournaments or GTs, for Warhammer,
Mm.
a GT is a 2-day event. So it's normally 2 days because you get to play 5 games of Warhammer. So day one, you get to play three, and then next day you get to play two. So it's oh yeah, if you need to check some media coverage of that, I also put it on the
Oh yeah.
show program. Yeah, it's
Got
in
it.
there. But yeah, so what happened was, I went there with the team I represented. So I'm representing Arkham Hobby Shops, Black Komodos. So I think we're eight. There was a total of 8 Black Komodos in that tournament. So we have a pretty big
Dang.
representation of
Mm.
the South Warhammer community.
Mm-hmm.
So we're there as a team. So it's pretty special. It's pretty cool because like we get to wear our team jerseys just to represent the shop as well as our camaraderie and our group. It's nice. It's also a very early like a very early event. Like people need to be there at around 9 a.m. So uh the tournament starts at 9 a.m. 9:30. Gets to have like pairings and all that round one stuff. Um s- and it's pretty interesting. Like the format is, yeah, like I said, it's you get to play 5 games, and then uh once you finish it, uh the winner is determined how many wins they got and how many points they got per game. So if you really did well during your games, like for example, if you score really high on your games, then you have a higher chance of going to top table, getting into the final like top games and winning the grand tournament.
Mm.
Um I was I was pretty fortunate that during day 1 I get to win my first 2 games.
Oh,
And
cool.
those are very close games. Like uh for game 1 I was paired with a uh a player who uses the faction Caradron Overlords. Yeah,
Mm.
Caradron Overlords, which is it's a faction of dwarves that uses machinery. They're basically steampunk dwarves.
Okay.
So that's their unique aspect, which is they shoot. They're dwarves that use guns.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's fun. Like during those times, it's interesting because uh everything that we've done as a team to prepare for this tournament sort of uh what do you call this? It got there. Like our training uh and how we prepared really helped us
It really came
because
together, yeah?
yeah, like because we have like in our team we have we also have like a KO guy, a Caradron Overlord guy. So like for example, during game 1 when I got paired by the by the steampunk dwarves guy, uh our resident steampunk dwarf guy told me uh the list's weakness. Like because
Nice.
before the tournament, they publicly publish our lists so that you have more time to prepare and study the players lists. So that's what we also do uh, when that happened. So I got some information on what to do and what not to do and what to prioritize. So stuff like that. And since every game has a different map, so we also talked about itong map na to, this is where you should win because
Mm.
your army is really good at this map. So stuff like that. So it's nice that our trading has paid off and our preparation has been like paying like god amount of good stuff that like I won my first 2 games.
Oh,
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the pictures right now. You didn't tell us you were number 1.
oh no, that's
Uh,
that jersey was an extra jersey that I just
Oh,
got
okay.
because it's 2 days, so I can't really wear one jersey for 2 days unless
Damn, I thought you
I'm
were
busy.
number
number
1.
one.
No.
Maybe
I'm
Miggy
4. I'm number
matches.
4.
You number one.
But yeah. So
Nice.
that's the thing. Like also the funny thing about day 1 was that all of my 3 games I've faced with players from Davao.
Mm-hmm.
So
Davao.
yeah. So the first 2 wins I got were from Davao players, and then the third one who I lost to were from Davao, which is also the I guess the best player from Davao.
Mm.
So I'm happy that I got to play with Miles, who is the Sons of Behemoth player.
God
Funny
damn.
enough,
Mm-hmm.
Raffy was there at the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
saw.
was I was
He,
reporting. I was reporting on the performance of the number
Ra-
4 player of Arkham. I was journalisting all over the place. Yes.
Raffy Graffiti from Raffy Graffiti reporting in this GD. But yeah,
Yeah.
he was there. Like he was there as a uh yeah
I
he
supported.
saw the whole thing because
Yeah,
Like
he was
Yeah,
there.
he was there. I
Uh, he
existed
was there.
during that time. I existed.
that was I was trying to find words, but he was there to check out, the vibe of the tournament.
He was vibe
Uh,
checking the participants.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 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 and like if like maybe if I could, like make Raffy play Warhammer, and
Mm-hmm.
that's his thing. Um, but yeah, like he was there checking out the games also as a support, so it's nice.
Mm-hmm. I was
Um,
scouting. I was also scouting, like, oh, the playing
yeah, yeah,
field.
and and but yeah, like so day one, I got 2 wins, 1 loss from 3 Davao players,
Mm-hmm.
and then day two was something. Day two was something. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
tell you. Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Go on, yeah.
The second game that I won was against Slaves to Darkness player, which is also a nail biter of a game because we ran out of time. We talked it over on what will happen at the remaining like rounds, and then in the end I still got like the victory over like 2 points. So parang ganun. And then the third game, which is against Miles, the Sons of Bamat player, which is basically, yeah, in this picture,
Mm-hmm.
it is just Attack on Titan, the faction.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
he has like 5 miniatures, which it's not really miniatures, it's like action figures
Yeah.
already, like
Yep.
6 inch
These are some
action
large
figures.
miniatures.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And my God, this I don't know how I'm
Yeah.
gonna like. It's just it's soul crushing, but at the same time, the guy is so nice.
Yep.
he was he was a class act of a player. Like, um, and in the end, he actually won like best general. So he's like the friendliest like sportsman like player
Yep.
in the
Cool.
tournament. So that's nice. Like well deserved. And also like there's also one thing about this tournament, like there's a lot of nice people, man. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
think
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've ever like encountered anyone that's I don't know, obscenely uh
Warhammery.
unsportsmanlike. Yeah. It's not as cutthroat as I don't know, as Magic. What we've experienced in Magic players
Magic. Oh, right,
in
right, right.
events.
Don't
You know what
shake my
I'm saying?
hand, you filthy
Yeah,
plebe. Yeah, yeah, like that.
there's no red shirt guy or something
There's
like
no
that.
red shirt
Mm-hmm.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Like fucking Miles after the match gave me a
Mm-hmm.
die. Gave me a very like rare like play on die, which
Yeah.
is
Oh shit.
uh a famous like YouTube channel about Warhammer.
Yeah.
Gave me a die,
Oh
like a
cool.
just one six-sided die. And it's hey, it's nice.
Yeah.
And then also on day two, there I've been paired with an Iron Jaws player. So there's an Iron Jaws mirror match, which I will get to the details a little bit. But after that game,
Mm.
dude gave me a ruler, an Iron Jaws themed ruler. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, dude,
Pretty sick.
don't have to, but it's really nice. Like the people are nice overall in the community, so it's nice.
He was
But yeah, day two
also
happened.
oh,
Hmm?
sorry. He was also giving you
Oh, yeah.
like letting you borrow like his rulers and stuff. Like he was very prepared and well
Oh yeah,
stocked with
Miles.
yeah,
Miles
like
has a lot of tools in his possession when we were playing the game.
mm,
Like that's also one thing that I've discovered where there's a lot of there's players that has their game on lock. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
they have tools to make their game easy to manage or easy to play. So Miles on this particular game has like what like 10 rulers of different sizes. So whenever someone or if he moves something for 5 inches, he just whips out his 5 inch ruler, and then he even like lets me borrow some of his rulers, and it's all numbered, so it's very easy to like um very easy to use and very easy to like check because like compared to like using your tape measure and you have to like extend it to whatever inch or measurement you want. Just take a ruler or something like that. So it's very convenient. So that's something. There's also players who has dude. There's uh, the one who won. The player who won the tournament was from Siberia. Um,
What?
yeah, his tech
Yep, yep.
was 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 nuts. He was using Skaven, which is the
Yeah.
rat
People, yeah.
faction, and his style of play was it's all just shooting Skaven, and it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous because there's one like there are instances where he can shoot an enemy and he needs 71 dice rolls.
Oh my
Oh God,
Well,
god.
Can you imagine rolling 71
how
dice?
do you
that
how
sounds like a
So
No.
nightmare.
so so
No,
his
that sounds
life
like
hack.
fun. You get a
Oh
bunch of dice
shit!
and
Are
then
you serious?
roll. My god, seems
His
fun.
his life hack and tool of the trade is he bought a chalk bag uh from bouldering or from
Oh shit!
mountain
Okay.
climbing. He uses
okay.
chalk bags as a way to store dice. So if he needs additional dice, he'll just reach in his back in his chalk bag and just throws the additional dice.
Hell yeah.
So yeah,
But
it's
where do you throw 71 dice?
They
I
have
mean he
trays
has
naman.
a
Yeah.
dice tray.
Yeah,
May
yeah.
dice tray naman.
That's
Also
still a
there are
lot
some
of
people
fucking
who
dice.
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Like some people divide that. Like for example, if you have 71 dice, you roll 30 first.
Yeah.
You know, like 30 dice first, and then proceed to the math after the first 30, and then roll the second 30, and then whatever the remaining dice rolls are.
Mm.
So yeah, it's they have to do this. They have to find the optimized way of rolling dice, or else they will lose through time over, and
Mm.
that almost happened to him.
Right.
That's why he's devising ways to make his life easier. Like for example, the chalk bag. That's one thing in case he needs additional dice, or rulers. Like for example, for the Sons of Behemoth player, he needs rulers for just speeding up the process uh of playing the game. So it really does help. So it's really nice to see people's tech when playing
Yep.
this game of moving miniatures to circles and scoring points basically. But yeah, day two happened. It was bad, dude. I didn't didn't win any games during day two, and it's
Oh.
one of the I would say, like, I've been reflecting on this one for like almost a month now, or
Really?
yeah, 3 weeks, because I was after day two I was really salty. Like I have to admit, I was really salty. Really I'm not really a fan of the games I got from day two because um and this is not against the players that I've faced on day two, but those last two games hurt more than not winning any games during the Rubicon tournament
Oh,
like
okay.
Oh
weeks
wow.
ago. For some reason, the O2 hurts more than the O3, dude. I don't know what to
Oh
tell you.
man.
And the last two games were the messiest ones. It's the messiest. Like on the fourth game during my mirror match against the Iron Jaws player, uh, it was a lot of misplays and a lot of rules being unchecked and being corrected. It was just messy. Like on round one, I missed my battle tactic because I didn't get to roll a good run roll,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't reach the required 3 inches on the sender uh to get that battle tactic. So stuff like that. And then there are some times where my opponent thought that he is using the spells correctly, but he's not. Like he like there are some
Mm.
like there are some nuances when it comes to the rules in Warhammer. Like for example, the difference between the word within and wholly within is something
Oh.
that is crucial to some of the plays that were made during that game. Like, for example, if you cast a spell, if it's wholly within, the whole unit should be within this certain radius. But if it's said within, it could just be like one model from the unit would touch that radius. So
Mm.
like wholly within is a much stricter like rule note or something like that, and he's been
Gotcha.
doing it wrong. And then like stuff like that, and then it just happens that my play style and my army of and my army that I'm using is more on the slow side because it's just a bunch of orc boys just walking slowly and basically just touching the circles on the map. So it tends to get longer.
Mm.
And during that mirror match, like I was so out of it already that during the fourth battle round, I forgot to declare a battle tactic, which is a secondary mission.
Mm.
And when the fourth battle round ends, I tried to score the points, and then oh, I don't know, like I didn't actually declare the battle tactic, and then even my opponent said, "Oh, I know what the hell,"
Mm.
and then wala kaming magawa. Like, yeah, oh well, okay. I guess no battle tactic. And if I had the battle tactic during that round, I could have won, but I
Dang.
didn't. So yeah, the score in the end was I think my opponent won by 2 points. So that's yeah. It's just crushingly horrible for B. Like it's a messy game. But still it's still a game with of good vibes because yeah, fellow Iron Jaws players, which is very rare. And like gifted me the themed ruler, like we did chat about our armies and he has a really cool painted army, so stuff like that. Um and then the final game, my final loss is from Cities of Sigmar player, which is also just a messy game. A lot of misplays, a lot of just unfortunate dice rolls also,
Mm.
and just bad deployment. During that time, I mean, by that time during the fifth game, I was completely out of it because of the fourth game. So I was just not in my top form. So the loss was there. So I just I just played the game normally, just try to enjoy it. And then yeah, by the end I went 2-3 on my first GD, which is kind of which is kind of funny because during that time uh I was kind of really hard on myself because I should have been able to score better or play better during the second game, but uh, my teammates keep telling me that, dude, this is your first time on a GT, and you've already won 2 games.
No, yeah,
So
dude.
I think that's a win. Like
Mm-hmm.
that
That's a
is a
win.
huge accomplishment, though,
Absolutely.
because it's my first time in the GT, and I've already had wins. So I guess I do have that. And yeah, after reflecting, like it's just, you know, it's all. I mean, that's what I usually really want to happen on a tournament of Warhammer. Is just I want to play as clean as possible, with less to no mistakes, and since this is my first GD, I have to kind of ease up on myself and not be too hard on myself about this one
Yes.
and see this as an accomplishment.
Yeah, man, it is
Um,
an accomplishment.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
and yeah, I mean, because of that, one because how salty I am during the first, uh, uh, the hunger was there. Like I was eating it. I need it. I need more. So,
Mm.
um, so that's a good thing, I guess, for me because now that I've got a taste of like competitive Warhammer, like it's not really at the competitive level, but this type of environment where you get to test yourself and get to test your armies against each other and get to participate in these types of community events.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun. Like Raffy was there. I'm not sure what you think of like GTs, but since you were there, like what do you think about like the tournament when you were there during day one?
Give us
I
the scoop.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, journalist Bradshaw.
I
Let's
did
go.
go there, and let me tell you something, Michael.
From an outsider's perspective, yeah.
Let me tell. And then no, I went there with fully like the full attempt or the full focus being to cover our boy, right? You know, to support and like to cover his performance first day, this and that. And honestly, at that time, my first reaction was also when I get there, I was like, I didn't know how to support any player
Yeah.
that's not basketball. Like I don't know.
Oh
So
man,
the first thing I end up doing is, uh, w- would you like some Gatorade? Like,
dude,
and
dude, that helped me.
so
Dude, that's really that really helps. Like
yeah.
you have no idea how much it's hard for us to get lunch
Mm-mm.
during those days. Like we
Ah,
try getting lunch. Like we're only allotted like an hour and a half
yeah,
of a lunch break per day.
I see.
But god dang it,
Mm-hmm.
the like the diners or the
They're
yung
quite
mga
far.
bentahan ng pagkain,
They're quite
they're
far, right?
it's either quite far or they're really like it takes long to order stuff.
Yeah, it's right, right,
So
right.
I do appreciate the Gatorade of
Yeah,
our
he did say yes, and then I was like, okay, great, something to do. I'm doing it. And yeah, so
yeah.
but a lot of like what Mig said, a lot of like friendly people, a lot of like the vibe was good. Honestly, I thought it was like going to be honestly, you know, I can be honest that I thought that the
Yep.
vibe was going to be more of like I don't know, like a bit odder, like that person who harassed me in Cebu about about
Oh, okay,
Wha-
okay.
consent,
Oh
like
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like
Um,
you know, like those odd people, but none. I didn't see anyone inside. Like people were very jovial about their matches. Like people were having fun with each other.
yeah.
Like the people were teasing each other, this and that. Like the people on the mic were also very friendly and also very organized like that's
Oh
one
man.
other thing like other than the vibe
Like
being kind of immaculate and friendly uh the organization was also kind of top notch like they
dude.
were everything was running like clockwork. This matchup is going this way. These tables are the strongest tables, so they are at the
Hmm.
very back. The ones closest are like the weaker tables, like it's all arranged in that way. There wasn't a
Mhm.
lot of confusion either in what I've observed. Like
Oh,
it was run really
Yeah.
that's
well.
good.
Um,
Dude.
You could say it was a fun day.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dude,
Sigmar Fun Day.
shout outs to Wartilio, like the
Yeah.
community and the organization who facilitated this tournament. Like
Hmm.
they know what to do with these types of events. They had a lot of TOs that are available whenever players need them. For rules check.
Mm-mm.
All of the terrain. Oh man,
Oh
the
my
terrain
god.
is
That
really good. Like
yes.
fucking if you guys have heard of the dreaded neutral grounds terrain during during con events where it's just the theater of the mind and you only have like a black table and styrofoam.
it's,
Nah, dude,
it's
this
basically
tournament
Quest
is
World.
yes, it's basically yeah, it's really uh
Mm.
Abed's like virtual reality room.
Hmm.
No, this one has been like there's work done in
Oh
the
yeah.
terrain and the maps
Look at the
that were
shit.
set up during this tournament.
Look at
It's
the
really
shit.
nice.
So like
Uh,
some runes that they painted
mhm,
runes inside like the rock structures. Like it looked awesome. Like there's also like from the lava you can see underneath like the lava is also casting on the shadow. Like there's
mhm.
there's there's some tech, there's some love poured into the
Yeah.
terrains
Shout
also.
outs to the Wartula community. Not only are they really good players, but they're really talented people.
Mm,
Uh, they're really talented painters.
mm.
So yeah,
Can
there's a lot.
and then the match that I end up spectating was that specific one with the Attack on Titan guy from Davao.
Yeah, yeah,
And honestly, he was super really nice right off the rip. Like he was really nice about
yeah.
everything. Like he was very polite. He was very like, "Oh, guy, yeah, I'm chill. I'm chill. Like, oh, you can have this." And like, "Oh, you need a 10? Oh, I'll give you a 10." Blah blah. Blah. Very pleasant. And can I tell you? I'll tell you right now. I didn't trust him. I didn't trust him. I was wary, bro. I was wary for it.
Oh my
I was
god.
looking, what is this guy not telling me? Like, what is he hiding? I was
He's
like,
being nice for some reason.
he's being nice. He's being very nice for a reason. I'll tell you.
Raffy.
I didn't tell Mix this at the time, but I didn't never trust that guy. he he had
Like
something up his sleeve, and we found out what it was, which was he's nice because he can afford to be, because his army is fucking insane. Like
yeah.
there was really no
Like
pressure on this guy. Like
just to give you an idea
mm,
how bad the Sons of Behemoth faction is.
it's
Each mega gargant unit is like 40 wounds each.
mm-hmm. In
So
broad context, this is what it is, right? In people roll up with their armies. Cheesy has like a bunch of armies, like a bunch of little orcs, a bunch of little like squads. There's some bigger orcs that were commanding the squad, and they're like, I don't know
mhm.
how many models total, like 60 models,
Probably 70, yeah.
70 little guys, 70 orcs and bigger
Yep.
dudes and stuff. This guy just had seven.
Mm-hmm.
Seven
Yep.
big boys that rolled up, and they all took only they had 40 life each. And then
Mm-hmm.
there was also, it also countered one of I'm translating,
It,
but it also countered one of Cheesy's army's biggest strengths, which is they can, I think they can attack twice, this and that. But if that, since the ice giants had some sort of like freezing field or some shit, um they don't get to attack twice, they only get attacked
oh,
once, something like that. Mm.
it's basically the bodyguard ability
Ah,
of the
there.
general, which is because for example, your unit has a weapon profile where the
Mm.
the number of attacks is two.
Mm.
If you have a bodyguard ability on your general,
Mm-hmm.
it it halves that,
There we
so
go.
it's gonna
Okay,
be
okay.
one. So for example, if you have a unit of Ard boys, which is 10,
Mm-hmm.
normally it's gonna be 20 attacks
Mm-hmm.
for that unit to roll. But since that bodyguard ability is in effect, it's gonna be only 10 attacks, so 10
There you
dice.
go.
So it's a huge like debuff for
Mm.
anyone who wants to have someone dead. And
And
for anyone who has 40 life, so
yeah,
that's impossible to like
they
take down.
they each, there were three big boys that had that had 40 life, and also
Hmm.
they could attack thrice. They could
Oh
Yeah.
attack
shit!
thrice, and every time they attack, it's a big sweeping motion that takes out a bunch of guys. Like they,
Big
Oh, yeah.
cleaves.
yeah, big cleaves, big throwing of trees at guys. Like,
Hmm.
okay,
Yep.
you
Yep.
know what?
Yep.
I'll shoot. I'll take this one tree and shoot it at every single one of your guys.
Like normally when I
What the
was
fuck?
when I'm like playing against shooting armies or armies that has long range attacks,
Mhm.
like they'll usually go sige, like this take this 8 damage. I said,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm.
that's fine. On Miles Sons of Behemoth
Mhm.
though, like he did his rolls, he did his wound rolls, and
Mhm.
then he said to me, all right, take 34 damage. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
He was compounding too. It was like he was rolling 5 dice at a time, so he would go, okay, roll. Okay, 15 damage so far. Roll. 22 damage so far. Roll. Okay, take 32 damage, please. What the fuck? And what
Oh
32
yeah.
damage looks like in an army is what I found out, is that each little guy, each little miniature has, for example, like 4 life or whatever, 4 wounds.
Yeah, or two
So
health. Yeah. Mga
2
ganun.
health, 3 health, ganyan. So each for each of that, you remove a figure from the army for each
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
42
From the
damage,
unit.
and you basically distribute everything. So it just wipes out a swath of dudes from Cheese's side, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh,
Yep.
ooh, it not
Yep.
lumig.
Yep. And
Jesus.
also,
Uh-huh.
I think the biggest thing about this match is that it basically counters my army totally
Yep,
because
yep, yep.
for for game 3 of the first day, I was counting on winning that game because the map heavily favors armies that can just stand
Right.
in objectives, which is basically my army because it's just invincible boys that can like chalk off damage. But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, I got paired with the Sons of Behemoth player, which is each of his units has a control score that's greater than the control score of my army,
Right.
basically. So even if I stand on those little circles on the map, it don't mean shit because it's not mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's still him.
Yeah.
So I can't score uh, as strongly as I would want to. So that's kind of yeah. It is nuts, dude. Like
Yeah.
that faction is something. Um, but yeah, 2-3 for the first GT.
Yep.
So it's really good. And we did have some I guess some team wins because for the best painted, I think two of our teammates won first place and second place for best painted army. So that's nice. At least I mean as someone who's representing the paint shop or the hobby shop that sells paints, at
Right.
least they won best painted.
Great.
So that's good. And then for the ones who won the GT, first place goes to Boggy, which is from Siberia, who's also team captain of Team Siberia from the WCW.
From the
What's this?
WCW.
Warhammer World Championship
It is the
for Age of
WCW.
Sigmar. So it's really yeah, he's the real deal.
The WC.
And then his I think second place goes to um someone from the Philippines. It's I think it's Josh, who's also using Sons of Behemoth as a faction. And then the third one is Jo from Ortilia, who is using Seraphon, the dinosaur faction. So that's cool. So it's a very interesting podium finish.
Mm.
Because I think of all the players in the tournament, I think half of them are all what's this? Stormcast Eternal players.
Which is basically the Space Marines,
The
right?
Space Marines. Yeah.
Right. Mm-mm.
Half of them are Stormcast Eternal players, and then the next group that has I mean, the next faction that's a lot of people playing it was Slaves to Darkness, which is like the Chaos Space Marines equivalent. And then
Mm.
the third biggest that has I mean the faction that has the third biggest representation is I think Skaven,
Oh yeah.
which are the rats. Yeah.
I wanna be a
So
rat.
you want to be
I
a cheesy rat?
Yeah, the dude. I was looking at the some models of a guy, and I think that was the guy
Mhm.
from I know. The
Siberia.
yeah, like I it really made a mark on me also. Like there's just these giant big boy biker mice from Mars looking rats with
Yeah, yeah.
Gatling gun arms, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
those
Oh, yo.
exist. I need those. I need those in my
Yeah.
life. They just have like Gatling gun arms. Like
Yep.
sick.
Yep.
Yeah, I want them. Yeah, look
It's
at this guy. And he's so buff. He's got like
yeah.
some
I think
cannon arms and like pali.
I think they're called Storm Fiends.
Storm
So yeah,
fiends.
yeah,
Okay.
those hit hard. Like those are yeah,
I
especially
need
that
that.
big one.
I
Jesus.
need that. I need that. I need that.
But yeah, it's nice. Like it's a really good experience. I can't wait to participate to more GTs and more tournaments. Like I think there is gonna be an upcoming GT in Baguio this June, so I might go there because
Oh,
most of my teammates will
Ooh.
also go. So it's an
in
Oh
adventure. At
Baguio.
least
shit. When?
it's a vacation. June, I think.
Are
Is
you
it
guys gonna
in
take the
Maybe.
bus?
is it at
Yeah, we're gonna go
HobbyCon?
soon. I
Or
think so. If
bro,
that's the
I'm going to
case.
HobbyCon. Let's go! Let's go to Baguio,
Hey, let's go!
baby!
Yeah,
Oh shit!
Let's do it!
nice. I hope so because I'm not sure like the like the specific date that's for June, but yeah,
Gotcha.
I think that's gonna be the next one that I'll participate with. And then there's also other like little tournaments like RTTs, which is like the 1 day tournaments, and then teams tournaments. So that's also something to look forward to. Again, but yeah, I think yeah, lots of lessons learned coming out of this GT. So it's nice. But yeah, I guess look forward to more tournament reports for me. Try to be competitive at this point in my Warhammer year.
Sick.
I
Yeah.
I need to say that I really also enjoyed kind of observing you and how you found like a parang niche with them or like with the people there, like people look to you for like this and that, like people come up to you after your matches and you kind of talk strategy and they kind of talk like, oh, if you could have done this and this, or like actually no, that was actually of this matchup for you, you did
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good, this and that. Like I really like the seeing that you formed like bonds with this community. Like people genuinely are kind of excited or like talking to you and coming up to you because you're like the chill guy also. I've heard that a
He's a
bunch.
chill guy.
Yeah. I've heard that a bunch, like, oh no, I know you're chill because my friends told me that you're chill, this and that. Like it was really nice. It was really nice that you're part of this community, and the community itself, it seems really really cool also. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I also want my
So
big rats with guns. I want I want.
you want to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Let's see. Let's see. But yeah. Hopefully, more games to come, more tournaments to participate in. I've I've lost a lot of like stuff that I want to do because of this, but I feel like it's still worth it, even though it's just it's just playing games, just moving little people in little circles. Um, but yeah, let's see what this gets
Literally.
into me. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Uh, yep. I
Yeah.
think that's it. That's my week. I think it's your turn, Emil,
That
for
brings me to
your
me.
Great week. Great
Oh
week.
man. Oh boy. I get the cap off the podcast. Oh shit.
yeah.
What a big
Wow.
responsibility. What do you call it? You mentioned you were going up to Baguio, and I have a Baguio story. But before that,
Yeah.
what do you call it? As far as video games are concerned, I'm just gonna bring that up real quick.
Sure.
So I finished Cyberpunk 2077. It is done. I have completed most of the endings. I think I'm just missing
Oh
three
shit.
Ooh.
endings out of the eight. Fucking
Well.
this game has a lot of endings. Jesus Christ. Like especially with the DLC, I was surprised how many endings I could possibly get.
Interesting.
I actually thought that I got all the endings already, but then like right now, I just looked through the achievement list and I'm missing like three. So I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
shit. There's still some endings that I have yet to do, but I think all in all though, I'm at that state of no, I'm done with this game. Like I've
Mm.
experienced it for all it's worth. It's really really good, and I have to say that I think it's a good thing that I only picked it up now because I had an absolute blast with it. Have any of you played Cyberpunk? No.
No,
No.
actually,
I don't
it's
think
in
my PC can
my
handle it.
wish list, but I haven't bought it yet. I was waiting for it to like I don't know like be at 100 pesos or something.
Dude, I've been I've been saying this like for the past 2 weeks now, but if anyone just told me that Cyberpunk 2077 was just Skyrim GTA, I would have picked it up so much sooner. Like
Oh.
it's the same feeling that Skyrim gave me when I was playing it,
Oh,
but interestingly enough, like when I play Skyrim, I only do side quests,
right.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've I have so many copies of Skyrim. I've played it so many times, but I've never finished the main story of Skyrim.
Same. Oh my god.
Right? Right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like the main story of Skyrim does not interest me at all. Like I don't give a fuck about those
Kinda.
graybeards on that mountain. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck you guys. I'm going to the Thieves Guild. That's what I want to do.
Yup.
Right? Like the main story of Skyrim was never interesting to me. What was more interesting to me was interfacing with this world that has been presented to me, right? And Cyberpunk gave me that exact same feeling again, but I was actually interested in the main story.
Mm.
So I think it has a one up over Skyrim in that regard because not
Mm.
only did I want to interface with the world that was presented to me, I was also engaged by the story that was happening. And I was actually super worried at times. I was like, shit, if I do this, will Blank get mad at me? Will Blank get mad at me? And like, it was interesting enough that um, I got to do what I want, but at the same time, I got to play the main story. So I actually scraped the map for all it's worth. I did all the side quests
Oh
and
my
everything.
god. Okay.
Like the only thing I didn't scrape were like the NCPD hustles, which is like you do the job of the cops for them. I think that's the only thing left on my map. But I pretty much scraped this thing for content and it was super duper fun. Like it reminded me of the times where I would be experimenting with my build in Skyrim and then I would eventually just turn into a stealth archer, which is what happened to me in Cyberpunk 2077. And I had a blast. And I think it's because of the world. Like the world just like kind of gets you. It's like it's such a well realized world. Shout outs to Mike Ponspith, the creator of um the original tabletop game. They were really faithful with how they adapted the original tabletop into this modern sort of like interpretation. I really
Oh
liked it.
yeah, I kept forgetting that this is based on
Dude,
a
yeah, yeah,
tabletop
yeah.
Yeah.
game.
This is totally based off a tabletop game, and I actually read the tabletop rule set a while back, so I would get like flashes of memory of like, oh, this is what they're referring to. Oh, this is what they're referring to. But the thing that really caught me
Oh,
off
okay.
guard was the one of the stories of Johnny Silverhand is
Yeah.
literally the sample campaign included in the first book.
Cool. That's cool.
So
Oh,
That's
so
okay.
very
That's
cool.
that's
some of the
cool.
parts of the game that you play through is part of the sample campaigns from the original thing, which I find like super duper
Interesting.
cool.
Love
Super
that.
duper cool. Hmm.
So you already know like the context of that when you started it?
Only
Or
slightly
it's
because like I only skimmed through the book way back when, right? But like
okay.
after I was playing it, I was like, wait a minute, this sounds really familiar. Then I looked back on the book and I'm like, oh shit, no, they're describing this sample campaign beat for beat. This is awesome.
Interesting.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like a
Um,
remake.
yeah, 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 yeah. It felt like a Final Fantasy VII remake, but of a book, right?
It's like Metal Gear all over again.
Yeah,
It's the same story, Kojima.
yeah. It was really, really fun. Like I really, really liked it, and surprisingly, I really liked Keanu's performance. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
it
Oh
was
yeah.
Hey,
I've heard he did a lot of good there in that game.
he was surprisingly really, really well realized.
Breathtaking.
Oh, breath,
Okay.
dude, there's an achievement called breathtaking. I
Oh,
fucking
that's good.
oh my
Oh,
god.
that's
That's
nice.
good. Love
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
wonder
yeah.
if that was added
Probably.
after the
Probably.
launch.
What do you call it? The
Amazing.
achievement for breathtaking is if you collect all the items that once belonged to Johnny Silverhand.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
Oh,
They
that's
definitely
awesome.
renamed that shit. it
Definitely,
was named
right?
it was named something else. Like
It was supposed to be I'm gonna speed it up, and then it became
it's supposed to be
I'm
here's
gonna speed it up.
Johnny.
Oh God.
Something nothing.
Yeah.
And then they changed
Um.
it. Mhm.
Yeah, I had an absolute like. I really think you guys would enjoy this. Like, if you guys liked Skyrim at all, And if you
Oh,
guys enjoyed
I
Edge
mean,
Runners
I'm
at
a fan of The
all,
Witcher, so
oh, dude, yeah, CG Project, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, dude, like I had like while I was playing this game, all I could think of was this game. Like my
mm,
YouTube algorithm was just cyberpunk secrets. It's like, oh, you could find this
Sick.
here and this here. Yeah. Super duper fun. Yeah, that was cyberpunk. I really had a blast. 100% recommend.
nice.
And now that another RPG has left another gaping hole in my heart and like I was looking for something to fill it,
Mm-hmm.
Gaping.
right? I decided to start another big rabbit hole of an RPG.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not sure if I've told this story on the podcast before, but there's one thing that I've been meaning to rectify for a very very long time, which is the fact that I've only ever played Persona 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And basically I've never played a modern Persona game. I think 3 onwards Persona really really found its identity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, and I've never played any of those games. So I've been slowly stockpiling them into my library. So now
mhm.
I have Persona 3 Reload, I have Persona 4 Golden, and I have Persona 5 Royal, and they're all just lined up for me to blast through. And right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
I just started Persona 3 Reload. And I'm enjoying the shit out of it, but I am hitting like sort of a conundrum because I heard that they're remaking Persona 4.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Is that true?
Yes. I think so.
I
Wait,
I've
let me check.
heard big rumors that were basically confirmed by the guy like creating it
Yeah.
that they'll be remaking 4 very very soon before they announce anything about Persona 6 or anything like that.
Mhm.
So I'm at a like I'm because I was planning on playing like 3, 4, and 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
now that I'm playing Reload, I realized that, oh, am I doing this correctly? Because I'm not necessarily playing it in release order. Like, um, Reload has a lot of like quality of life and features that wasn't in the original game, and it
Yep.
makes it
Oh
more
yeah,
similar
totally.
to P5, I'm told.
Yes.
I see.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so if I return to a non-remake version like Persona 4 Golden, like will that affect my experience or do you think
I
I should
think
still play Golden?
I was
play
actually
Golden.
thinking the same, Emil.
Hmm.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to bring that up with you too, where because fucking the original P3 and P4 were goddamn PlayStation 2 games, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And Golden is just like PlayStation 2, DLC kind of,
Mm-hmm.
where
Mm-hmm.
it's the same game just with more stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I think there's also like an added appreciation to go backwards, right?
Yeah.
Like you play the new thing now and go see what it was like before
Mm-hmm.
and maybe get a greater appreciation of what it was, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And as a person who played P4 pretty much like a generation and a half after it came out, like
Vanilla.
during the PlayStation 3 era of games,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a PS2 and then hopped back and played old games, I'm like, I enjoyed my time playing P4 despite its age. I think it's
Mm.
one of
Mm-hmm.
those games that holds up. Plus, I think P4 did a lot of improvements that were absent in the original P3.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the fact that in the original Persona 3 on PS2, you could not control your party members. It was
I
just
Yeah.
your
What?
protagonist character.
I
Oh
didn't
That's
my
even
kind of
know
a
that.
deal
gosh.
breaker sometimes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I heard about that like literally like before this podcast when I was looking things up. And I
Huh.
was like, "Wait, you can't control them cuz I can control them
Yeah,
right now in Reload."
you can control them now. You could control them
Uh-huh.
also in the PSP remake, where oh, not remake, the PSP version of 3, where you have the female protagonist as well.
3 portable, yeah.
Where yeah, they just straight up did the obvious thing of letting you control your party members.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought like, oh, it can't be that bad. Like the AI can't be that dumb in original P3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they're fucking stupid in P3
Okay.
Oh
original.
my god.
Oh man. Like it's been a really interesting experience because I feel like I'm on the opposite side of the perspective now
Mm.
because like
Yeah, you're
uh
ahead by 2 generations.
I think the biggest example is I'm somebody who grew up with FF7 OG, right?
Yeah.
And it's something that I loved and loved and loved. And then I played Remake and Rebirth, and I have that perspective of like the old game versus the new game.
Mm-hmm.
And now here, I'm starting with Reload. So I'm starting with the improved Remake. So I have no perspective of the old game. So,
Mm.
like, in my head, I'm like, do I go back? But in the interest of time, I should really just play the remakes, right?
They're
Right?
they're long ass boys also.
I
There's
know. They're
Oh,
like
boy.
over 100 hours, right?
Yeah,
yeah, so
and you have to do that, right? You gotta S-link everyone.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
gotta.
It's
But
one of those games.
yeah, so where are you? Yeah, where are you? Are you looking to go back, or are you just
Dude,
gonna
I don't
roll
know
with this
yet.
one? Yeah.
Because like I didn't know how severe of a difference P3 Reload and the original had. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
look into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically the other night before we played Rainbow Six,
Mm-hmm.
I was playing P3 before we got in,
Mm-hmm.
and Migs over here, Cheesy, watched my stream for a bit, and he was like, "Yo, what the fuck? That looks so good." And I'm like, "Huh? Okay." So
Yeah.
and then I looked at what I looked at what original Persona 3 looked like,
Totally
and I'm like,
different.
that's completely different. This is a
Yeah,
completely
dude.
different game. Holy shit.
Not just the models, but the UI. Like they fucking with bonkers with the UI with the interface.
Yeah.
There's
Oh
a lot of
yeah,
new shit on the
especially
remake.
coming off of P5.
It's
Right.
so
Yeah.
Gotta
good,
throw in
dude.
that style.
I'm having a blast. Like I didn't even know that my old school JRPG itch needed some scratching,
Mm-hmm.
and this is completely scratching that. Just going through a tower is really fun as a dungeon crawler. So I'm still really early in the game. Like
Hmm.
start of the school year,
Mm-hmm.
my first exams, and
Oh shit.
I'm having a good time. I think I studied enough. Like
Okay.
I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna ace my
baby.
exams.
Save the
And
dates for later. Just get that intelligence up.
dude, yeah, I gotta study first before I get my charm up. And I think I think the game's really charming. I've never played this because I'm so used to RPGs where you just roam around, right? And
Yeah.
like do the story that way instead of a Japanese high school life simulator
Right.
With a
with
schedule.
with a schedule and dungeon crawling in between.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of a new format for me. So I'm having a really good time with that so far. And what do you call it? I'm really looking forward to news about the 4 remake because I think once they announce when that's going to get released, I'm going to make my decision whether I'm going to play the original P4 Golden or not yet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
I'm stuck
if
in
you
yeah.
don't
between.
reach the P4 remake, I think it's still safe to go back to P4 Golden.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because like I said, compared to like from 3 original to 4 original, 4 on PS2 did a lot of improvements. Just like mixing personas wasn't nearly as a nightmare as it originally was.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's significantly easier now where it just shows you the output, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it
But
does.
4 kind of also made it less risky to do that. You could basically look up like a sheet as to what you get when you mix what with what.
Mhm.
It's
Mm.
not like a random thing anymore. It's not
Mm.
dangerous. So like even then it's very playable by today's standards, I'd say.
Oh man.
Um.
I'm just having a blast. Like I'm not even aware of like a lot of the quality of life they've added. So I'm just looking forward to going through this game blind.
Dude,
Like.
fucking
Yeah.
P4 is just JoJo Part 4.
Oh, okay. Cool. Like
mm.
I'm looking forward to
Mm.
that. Holy shit.
I
Okay.
understood that
Scooby Doo
reference.
times.
Yeah. Ah, is there a mystery? I mean, is there a mystery in part four? Part 4.
Dog.
I don't know. Yeah,
Part
sure.
4. Oh,
Y-
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I
Batman
also,
Jenkins.
I'm going to be in that choice if this P4 Golden, if this P4 remake comes out, because I am, well, I think I've told this on the podcast before. Like I really love Golden. Like I was an overnight fan. Like when I had to play
Mhm.
it and then suddenly understand, oh shit, this is how they do it. this is what they were talking about. It's real. It's so good.
It's real.
Like
It ain't no rose tinted glasses.
yeah, and like at first I was like really um I was really like stuck with,
Cynical.
oh my god, they're just the story is moving at a fucking snail's pace. What do you mean I gotta go to the fishing place? What do you mean I gotta go study for exam? Get to it. Because like you really steep and marinate in the characters, and over time I fell in love with that. Like and then I got it right. Like so, but famously, not famously, but I am unfortunately stuck still, and
Oh.
not stuck. Like I haven't finished it yet.
Oh.
I'm at a place, and I know the boss fight is easy, but the boss fight in my mind is not. Like,
Oh,
like
gotcha.
the boss fight of my mind of like I'm in that classic Raffy Graffiti 80% and then I never play it again. Like
Your
Mm,
tank is
Oh
still out
shit.
there.
I'm so like I need
I
to
see
get
it.
over that. Like a lot of my games I just get to 80% and then I'm like, "Oh my god, I like this a lot. I don't want this to end." And so I'll never play it again.
Oh
Oh boy,
no.
Raffy.
Uh-huh.
Hank is still
Would,
fighting to this day.
would it
Yup.
help if I told you that it technically doesn't end? Because don't forget, there are two canonical fighting games that take place post Persona 4,
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and they're
that's
canon
true.
to the story, and the
Mm.
story
Arena.
is very long.
Okay, so there's more of 4, you see. Okay.
There's more.
It does help a little bit. It does help a little bit. And I'm almost at the part where they find out the mystery. They figure out the mystery, or like they
Oh
figure
boy,
out,
yeah.
or at least this is, or at least it's leading to that. I don't know if this is like a fake out or whatever, but yeah, like it felt like climaxy. So I'm like, okay, I'll never see you again.
Oh
There
no.
will never be an ending. Keep fighting,
Mm.
Persona
Oh
Man.
man,
It's just Hank. It's just
It's
Hank
just
again.
it's Hank again. It's Hank again. It's happening.
He's
but I
still in
really
the
love it.
TV world to this day.
He's
And
still fighting.
I
He's fighting the
remember
twins.
I remember how good that game feels though. Like I remember how good the music is in my ears, like how the menus and how I love like the characters. I'm feeling like I should go back and just get it over with. Just
Yeah,
rip the
dude.
band-aid. We'll
Do it.
Dude,
see. I really want
there's
to.
something about Persona music where it starts off as the best thing ever,
Mhm.
and then 30 hours in, you're like, this is the worst thing ever. And then another 10 hours in, you're back to it being the best thing ever.
Like
Every
as
day's great at Junas. Yep.
as somebody who's never played 3, 4, or 5, I had a weird reverse experience of it
Okay.
because all the music, I'm so used to just hearing it through memes
I
Oh
that
boy.
see.
Oh.
that
Oh
when I
boy.
got
The
into a
specialist.
battle,
Mm-hmm.
like, and I was like disturbing the peace, and I'm like, oh shit,
Ah.
this isn't the meme. This is the battle theme. This is the battle
The
theme I'm
actual
gonna be
thing.
living with for the next few weeks.
I
It's like
For the
fucking
next
Yep.
100 hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
There was
So it's funny.
I have that experience somewhere else, and it was so weird. Like um it, when Street Fighter, I was playing Persona when Street Fighter 6 first came out. So all of the memes of Street Fighter 6 was happening also. And there's this one big uh punish Marissa punish combo that kind of just ended Chun-Li. And the meme was basically like um Chun-Li wakes up to something, to a spinning bird kick or whatever. And then Marissa punishes, and then like Chun-Li just wakes up basically in the Persona White world, the Persona 4 White world with the theme, and I'm like, I would not have gotten this. Like if it were like 2 months ago, I would not have gotten this. And like that's just like, huh? Like the culture, I guess, like permeates the yeah,
Yeah.
like
The references lined up,
the
Mm-hmm.
references lined up. Yeah,
Mm.
the
it was.
planets aligned,
Mm,
and the Titans came out.
Oh
Uh,
man. Like I,
we'll find out. We'll
I
find
think
out.
the
Mm,
I think the only last thing I want to talk about when it comes to Persona 3 is
mm.
um I set my difficulty at merciless.
Ah,
Oh
Is that a
Oh
shit!
fine
boy.
thing to
Wow.
do?
I don't think it's
okay, gamer.
necessary.
No, because like I was in the mindset of like, yo, are there any achievements tied to the highest difficulty? I might as well do the
Damn,
highest
son.
difficulty, right? Is
Hmm.
that
I guess
I
so.
think that's fine for the modern
Maybe.
games.
Mm,
mm-hmm.
Because
Mhm.
like in normal combat, once you know how the fucking weaknesses and resistance
Mm-hmm.
work, you're constantly just all out attacking every single goon in
Yeah.
between a boss, right?
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then the actual challenge is the boss fights proper, right? But
Mm-hmm.
usually at that point, if you're playing your cards correctly, you are way overpowered,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah,
So I
so
think
far I've
putting
beaten
it
the
at
first major
max,
boss. Like,
yeah.
so
If
I think I'm
if you're
doing
an
pretty all right.
RPG man,
Okay.
which Emil surely is
Yeah.
one, I think it's fine.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think while I was talking to Donna about it, like on the merciless difficulty, I was like, wow, this is pretty hard. But I've played Fear and Hunger. I
Oh fuck yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
you're
let's
I'm
right.
go.
I
okay.
You're
think
right. If that's
It's
your
fear and
yeah.
hunger
barometer.
without the luck. Let's just go.
Yeah, dude. Fear and Hunger was like absolute murder. So this is actually okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's manageable.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that
Ah,
reference, like your Scoville level, your tolerance for Scoville is like way up there. You
dude, I
could.
feel like playing Fear of Hunger has ruined RPGs for me because I'm like, if
Oh
it's
boy,
like that level of like bad, is like, oh my god, this is a pleasure now.
Mm.
it's
Mm.
like watching Berserk before watching any other anime.
Like that
It's
old
never gonna be
man.
as good as Berserk.
Yeah, dude. Good god. But
Mm.
yeah, that's Persona. Like I can't wait to get through it, and I can't wait for
Nice.
Raffy to finish Golden.
Do it.
So can't I.
So bringing it back to Baguio, Cheese, Raffy, you guys mentioned you guys are going to Baguio sometime this year. Me and Donna, we went to Baguio sometime a few weeks ago.
Mm.
So Donna and I went to Baguio with a couple of our friends, Migoy's best friends, actually. Um, good friends of the show, Leila and Cal. We went up to
Shout out.
Baguio to attend the second year of Ren Fair.
Wow.
Sick.
Yeah.
Medieval
So,
times.
Ren Fair was super fun this year. I
Mm.
had a great time actually. Interestingly enough, it was not held at the same location. It was held somewhere else, and it was called Igorot Stone Kingdom.
Damn.
Mm.
Um, if you guys have ever seen this place, it looks surreal. Like it looks like um
Yeah.
it looks medieval as fuck, but in a Filipino way.
Okay.
Okay.
Like very in an Igorot Stone Kingdom kind of way, I suppose. Which
There are many
kind
ways
of
to go
makes
about
it
this description.
like a
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
interesting place for Ren Fair PH because I think it fits with the theme perfectly.
Yep.
But before going, I had my reservations about it because I spoke to local Baguio man himself, Rob Cham, and I was like, "Yo, how's Igorot Stone Kingdom?" And he's like, "Yo, dude, that's a nightmare." And I'm like, "Oh, like maybe it is a nightmare." So I had my reservations about it
Mm-hmm.
because upon seeing the pictures, I was like, "Yo, that looks kind of dangerous. What if someone falls?" Right? Because of all the stairs and everything,
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
very elevated. It's very everything is basically either stairs or ramps, and if somebody falls down, it's not gonna be a good time, right? But upon getting there, it was actually a pleasant surprise. So Donna was amazing. She managed to get us an Airbnb like a 2 minute walk away from Igorot Stone Kingdom.
Oh, that's
If you
Oh
perfect.
wow.
guys,
That's
dude,
really
it was so
convenient.
good. It was so
Yeah.
good. Like if you guys are looking at the stream right now, Raffy is Raffy's playing video of Igorot Stone Kingdom with some Ren Fair promotionals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we got there, like
Jesus Christ.
it totally helped that the Airbnb was 2 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
So we had this action plan already of like we can go there. If we get tired, we go back to the Airbnb. Then we come back. It's perfect,
Yes.
right? Um, and then we get there and we're like, oh, this place is pretty big. And the one thing I was gonna say was like a lot of the booths are far away from each other because of the limited space along all of these like narrow ledges and like um uh one half of it is like rice terraces, one half of it is a castle, and like a lot of the booths were spread throughout the entire place. And like actually to get to the LARP area, you have to climb the entire thing at the very top. So like for me
Oh
it was
shit.
for
That
me and
sounds
for a
like
lot of the
Mortal Kombat
attendees,
Armageddon.
it,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like a challenge to get anywhere, especially if you're not physically fit. Like I could feel myself like uh basically hinihingal na ako whenever I needed to go anywhere, right? It was
Oh
Mm.
pretty tough.
man.
Huh.
But it had a really
But
weird side effect that we noticed because there were a ton of people, and usually at events like this, like overcrowding and like crowd control is usually the problem.
mm-hmm.
But
Mhm.
we noticed that because of how Igorot Stone Kingdom is laid out,
Mm-hmm.
it was like weirdly enough naturally dispersing the crowd because as the crowd moved throughout the venue, the crowd was getting tired and
Mm-hmm.
they would stop.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
So there were just little pockets of people throughout the entire event. So it was interesting how the event venue itself was kind of working out the crowd control issues. And like everyone was really spread out and it never felt super crowded, interestingly.
hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
it actually worked out for us perfectly because like our Airbnb was like 2 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
Ren Fair did their usual thing of like after 6 p.m. everyone get out, and then after it empties out, everyone who's over 18 come back in and have booze with us. Um,
Oh.
so that really worked out for us because at 6 p.m. we'd go back to the Airbnb, we'd chill for like 30 minutes, and then come back. No waiting in line, no nothing. It was perfect, right? Um, and I think as far as highlights are concerned, like I think a lot of the burlesque shows late at night were like really really fun, and you could really get a good vantage point of it from all of the elevated surfaces, the rice terraces, everything like that. You get a
Mhm.
really nice view of the stage from it. But I think what was missing was the sense of camaraderie from the first Ren Fair. Because in the first Ren Fair, it was just in the middle of the forest, right? And everyone was crowded around the stage. But since Igorot Stone Kingdom's um, venue was like this, everyone was kind of spread out. And it didn't feel like the same sort of crowd watching a stage experience as before. I think that was my only kind of like real complaint that like it didn't feel like the same sort of like tight knit everyone's watching the performance kind of thing.
Yeah.
Everyone was kind of in their own pockets.
Great.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's mostly it. We just had a fun time at Ren Fair. Everyone was dressed in their medieval costumes,
Mm-hmm.
like acting the part. Like a lot of the a lot of people I met were like talking in like medieval accents.
Really
And yeah,
cool.
yeah, it was interesting. Like
Interesting.
some people who I've never met in my life would just go up to me and like start talking and like I think on day 2 Donna and I were both dressed in black and in cloaks.
Mm.
Oh no, that was day 1. I'm being corrected right now. And like some of the attendees, no, I think it was one of the marshals
Mm-hmm.
went up to us and like just started saying like, "Oh, I love what you guys are wearing. Um I will be sure to prepare a sacrifice for you guys." And we're like, "Oh, what?"
Oh,
Like we look like
interesting.
we're part of some dark brotherhood thing, and we're like, "Oh, okay, I guess
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what we can do. Cool."
Hmm.
And
Oh man.
I think everyone was just having a really fun time with like how everyone was dressed, really playing the part and everything like that.
Did
So
someone ask
question.
you like? Oh
Yeah.
yes, go ahead.
So question is role play on at all times? Like
I think for most people, they were really playing into it. A lot of people were role play on, right? Um,
Wow.
the role play on 100% of the time is probably in the LARP area,
Okay.
but for the general populace, everyone was having fun with it.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't like, oh, I have to
Cool.
be in character at all times. More like, hello, good sir, how are you doing? Like that
Or
kind.
as I
I
live and
see.
breathe.
As I live and breathe. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Tensions.
I'm gonna go there and like whenever I see a phone, a what?
Oh
A
shit.
demon
Yeah,
device?
exactly. What is that? Witchcraft.
No,
He's
Raffy, you
can we
gotta be
take?
like Johnny Bravo,
Uh huh.
where he brings out a pen and paper and starts saying, "Worship me," as he scribbles on it.
If someone
Holy
tries to
shit.
take my picture, I'm like, you're trying to take my soul! Ah! But I've seen enough of Ren Fair that I kind of want to go next year. No, I really want to go next year.
Oh,
Though.
dude, you
I
guys gotta go.
really
It's
want to
it's
go.
super duper fun.
Like,
Donna, Donna is usually the one like organizing the Ren Fair trip for us. So, dude,
Oh,
we gotta
okay.
figure it out.
yeah, I
Oh.
really want to go. Like, it seems like a really good time. Uh,
Like,
plus all the cool
and
people are there.
dude, and as you've mentioned before, Rafi,
Mhm.
it's another one of those events that happen outside of Manila
Uh-huh.
that it's one of the only events now that like make me feel like I'm back in 2009 and
Yes.
I'm just here to
Oh.
enjoy the event and have a fun time and like really get into it, right?
Love that.
It's one of those events that are like, oh, the people here are hungry for fun,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
Hungry for a
Nice.
good time, hungry for engaging with each other. It's cool.
Yeah. I'm G. I'm G.
Like,
So I hope it's maybe
yeah.
do they have like a venue for next year already? Because
Oh, they haven't announced anything yet. They haven't
uh,
announced anything
I
yet.
wish
Mm.
it's
But
as cool as Igor Stone Kingdom because I'm kind of regretting it a little bit. This one looks like something out of
dude,
Game of Thrones or some shit.
Dude, for
Yeah.
me, Igorot Stone Kingdom has its pros and cons. I really liked it still.
Mm.
But there were some parts about Renfair that I missed being in the forest because the forest was awesome too, right?
Mm.
So, for both venues so far that they've had, I've had a great time. I would say that I like the cozy atmosphere of the forest more,
Mm.
but the photo opportunities and the like there's a fucking castle, right?
Right.
I was like
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, okay, this is great for Renfair talaga. But like I am so tired. My legs were dead. Like after the third day, my legs were just not working anymore because you had to climb everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think the last thing that I want to share about Renfair, there were a lot of things that happened, a lot of interesting things that happened.
Mhm.
Like at some point, a lot of people started calling it Ben Fair
Ben
because
Fair.
Okay. I know
yeah,
this.
because
Why?
some guy like on the first night of Ren Fair, they have these burlesque shows, right? And before the real burlesque shows start happening, they start asking for, are there any volunteers who would like to try out their burlesque talents or anything like that? Then this one guy
Uh-oh.
was just like, "Yo, I want in on that." And then like, I think this guy was prepared as shit because
Mhm.
man strips down to Ben 10 underwear and the crowd
He was
loses it.
ready. He
Incredible.
was ready.
Like he was so ready. He was wearing Ben 10 underwear underneath everything. He strips down to it and the crowd goes absolutely nuts. And on the
Mhm.
second day, a different guy, a different guy
A
joined the same
different guy?
thing. Yeah, a
Mhm.
different guy. He was in Hades cosplay. He was wearing Zagreus cosplay because they
Mhm.
too was Greek goddesses and gods, right?
Okay.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
so each of the days of Ren Fair have a theme usually. You don't need to follow it, but it's fun if you do, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
were a ton of like Greek gods and goddesses. So Zagreus, my man over here, he
Mm.
he he goes up to the stage
Mhm.
and out of his pocket brings out another pair of Ben 10 briefs and starts just swinging it around, and everyone just
Mm.
goes nuts again. And like I think that's why they started calling it Ben Fair. Like
Ben
like
Oh
Fair.
my
like
god.
there was just like an epidemic of Ben 10 underwear for some reason. Everyone brought their Ben 10 underwear. Like that's one of the stories that happened in Ren Fair, but I think the last thing about Ren Fair that I want to talk about is a very interesting choice that the organizers and the people from Igorot Stone Kingdom decided, which was that even though Ren Fair was happening, the regular tourists who are going to Igorot Stone Kingdom was still
Oh man.
happening all at the same time.
Is
Oh
That's
that
man.
the
They've been closed
Zoolander
down.
meme?
that's
Dude,
good.
but
I thought that's
interestingly,
just a meme.
dude, it's not just a meme, it was for real. But
It's actually happening.
the most interesting part of it was that as a Ren Fair attendee,
Mm.
you had more rights than the Igorot Stone Kingdom tourists.
Wow.
What does
Oh
that
dang.
mean?
Okay, so if you're an attendee of Ren Fair, you are free to roam around everywhere in Igorot Stone Kingdom. Like you have free reign over the kingdom. But as an Igorot Stone Kingdom tourist, you have to follow a pre-prescribed path that is roped
Oh
off
my
from
god.
everyone else.
Oh.
You have to follow a path, and there were Igorot Stone Kingdom security making sure that they did not bother the rest of the Ren Fair. So it felt super
Amazing.
weird because, like, on some of the ramps, like going up
Weird.
the castle and everything like that, there would be this like chained off like area where there's just a line of Igorot Stone Kingdom tourists just climbing the castle, while everyone else from Ren Fair was just roaming around freely. And like it felt exactly like that Zoolander meme where like I'm just walking around and then they give you this stare of like, whoa, whoa, they're in whoa. It was the weirdest thing ever. Weirdest thing. Like there were some incidents where the Igorot Stone Kingdom people were kind of like getting in the way, like they would get in the way of things or like they'd bump into people. Like I remember Donna was trying to take a picture of someone and then the Igorot Stone Kingdom people were like, "Oh, picturein rin natin," and like they would bump
Oh
her
shit.
phone
Oh
and like
no.
stuff like that, you know? Stuff like that would happen.
That sucks.
But I think for the most part, the Igorot Stone Kingdom security was keeping them in line, which was super, super interesting because I feel like, we're the invaders. And
It's true.
like, I
Yeah.
feel like the Ren Fair would have less rights, but I guess they have it the other way around because this is the event, I suppose.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I mean, you
That
did
is
pay
so
for
funny.
tickets to the
exactly,
thing,
Yeah.
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I think it's only right that we had free reign while they had
Yeah.
to
They're
prescribe
literal
to a thing.
tourists.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And also, you're not part of the attraction. So the regular tourists
yeah.
trying to, take pictures with you,
Yeah,
like,
kind of
there's
weird.
also an issue with that. I think it's fine that you
Man.
I
get
think all
more
in all, it was
freedom.
handled pretty dang well, and
Yeah.
it just for Ren Fair attendees, the Igorot Stone Kingdom, or the ISK tourists, became more of like just a meme to us. It's like, oh, look at them, they're doing that thing. But yeah, we just had a blast.
I
Awesome.
heard I heard Igorot Stone Kingdom guards tell
Yeah.
me that they are dressed like the guards from Hidden Temple.
Unfortunately, no. They were
Oh.
not wearing anything
Oh.
special. They were not wearing anything special. If anything, the marshals for Ren Fair itself were better dressed. They were all wearing guild tabards. So
Sick. I would
yeah,
love it if like a tourist would like move from like the rope path and try to sneak in, and then
yeah.
like out from like some walkway it flips over and
temple
then a
guard.
temple guard just grabs them, like, puts them in a headlock like
Oh
wow.
god, get back in there. Get back in. Get back in line.
I
Oh
know
man.
I know my costume next year.
Yeah.
A temple guard.
A
Or Olmec. It's just Olmec.
You're just old mech. Oh man.
Yes.
Then you like have like a silver monkey puzzle that you
Yeah.
let people solve.
I don't want to stump everyone. Like, I
Dude,
don't-
yeah.
no one will ever
Dude,
figure
cheese,
it out.
cheese. You could dress up like Kirk Fogg.
Dude,
Oh my god.
dude,
You could be Kirk
Dude.
Fogg.
Dude.
Raffy could be old mech, right?
No,
Oh
Raffy
my
would be
God.
Dora.
Kirk Fogg
Dora?
and Dora. Mm, mm, mm.
Oh, can I be a silver snake?
We can all dress up. Like, if it's Igoro's Stone Kingdom again, let's just dress up like the kids. Like,
Oh,
It's just
the
a
blue
bunch of kids
barracudas.
with
Blue
elbow pads
barracudas,
and knee pads and helmets.
Yep.
purple parrots.
The purple.
Who's gonna be the silver
parrots.
monkey
oh, dude.
that needs to be assembled?
Yeah.
3 separate pieces.
But tapos baliktad. Yung cosplay niya. It's like, the feet is the
Mali.
chest piece.
Dude,
That's
these
genius.
children, man. Oh, man.
I want to go. I want to
Um,
experience it. I really want to experience it. Like,
Dude,
I was
you guys got to go to Ren Fair.
I was looking
Yeah,
at
let's
all
try it.
over
Let's
social
try it
media
next
when it was
year.
happening. I had the biggest FOMO. Wow, that looks so fun. I want it. Next
Dude,
time,
it was
next
so
time.
fun.
Next
It
time.
was so fun. Next time, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like next year when they announce like the stuff, you guys got to go. You guys got to go. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, plus,
sure.
dude, we had extra space in our Airbnb, man, and I think it was haunted. Oh,
Oh, okay.
dude, it was so
Hmm.
fucking haunted. Yeah,
Fuck,
that's the
okay.
end of my story. Our Airbnb was haunted.
All right. Anything else? Emil, in
Nah,
your week?
no, I think that's it. But
Alright.
I think the last thing is a shared experience among 3 of us, which
Mm.
is we all went boxing for the first time.
Yeah. Yep. Well, not me, but you guys.
Oh yeah, us. I went boxing for the first time. It was Migoy's first time too. The
Yes,
cheesy
sir.
chimps brought us into the fold because
Yep. I
what do you
forced
call it?
Emil to box.
Everyone was just like, "Yo, get on this class pass thing. It's free. Like, get some free classes in. Let's all do a boxing class together." And I was like, "Okay, let's do it." And I had a really good time. I'm actually looking at I'm looking at prices for gloves and wraps.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
this man.
I kind of want to make it a regular thing, specifically because of something Donna told me after the fact. Because after the fact, I was sitting down with Donna, and Donna's really into yoga right now, and it's been a really good outlet for her, like for not just getting fit, but like everything else, that kind of thing. And like I was telling her how much I enjoyed our boxing session, and she was like, dude, maybe that can be your thing. Plus, at the same time, I really think that the boxing could help with your unresolved anger issues because you're punching stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Maybe I should box more so I have an outlet.
Yeah.
How is it for you, Migo? It was your first time too, right?
Yeah, dude. Dude, they were right. Fucking, ano tawag dun?
Yeah, dude.
Bag work and mitt work is fun,
Mhm.
but then the regular workout sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's so
The
tiring,
circuit
man.
training is that will take
Shit,
you out.
like-
That'll take out of you.
The early episodes of Hajime no Ippo were absolutely right.
Yep,
Yep.
They're gonna work you out till you throw up.
You
dude.
need to. Mhm.
Dude,
Plus,
there's
you,
one
you,
thing.
you
Or-
learn how to jump rope, so that's cool.
Yeah, dude,
Oh
they
yeah,
made
dude,
us
I finally
jump
learned how to
rope.
jump rope. Holy fuck,
Man,
that was a new experience.
there's one thing I don't understand though. We all had the same coach, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
And we all went through the same training regimen, right? Why
supposedly.
was
yeah.
I the only one that the coach made run around the ring? Like
Actually, yeah.
like the coach told me, "Yo, do 3 laps around the ring." And I did my 3 laps, and after my 3 laps, she goes like, "Ambagal, give me 5." And I'm like, "Fuck." And like after everything else, I was like, "No one else ran around the ring, just me?" Okay, fuck.
No, because coaches, yeah, different
Which is
pupils,
busy.
different. No. Like, they were
Yeah.
they were tailoring the workout. You see, maybe.
They
for
see
me,
you are a fast
yeah.
hedgehog.
Yeah, you're already like
This is a
you
hedgehog.
step
Let him
into.
run.
Speaking of anime, that's also true. Like Kuroko no Basket is also true, wherein the coach,
Okay.
just sees your body and you're like, oh, nah, this boy run, this boy hedgehog, this boy, you gotta tire
Okay.
this boy out. Like he's not gonna
Okay,
get
okay.
tired. Yeah, he need more cardio than that. Okay, run around. Like I think
She can
she was
sense
just
the fast.
yeah, she was just
Now,
tailoring
you think that's what was
the
happening?
yeah,
Okay.
she was tailoring the workout for you for sure.
All right.
No,
all right.
no, Emil, you're also missing. You're not telling the story of when
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Wait.
When you
What?
and Aris first stepped into the boxing gym.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
So we first step into the boxing ring, boxing gym,
Gym.
right? And everyone was
Uh-huh.
getting ready, and like I I have a conversation with our good friend Aris, friend of the show, and I was just saying, "Yo, so saan niyo gusto kumain mamaya? Like, there's this, and this. Like, we can
Where do
eat
you want to eat
after, like,
after?
over here, over there." And then the coach snaps back at me saying, "Hindi pa nga kayo, hindi pa nga kayo nananapak ng kahit isa."
Nakain na
Uh,
kayo.
like she said something to that effect of like you
Mm.
you guys haven't even thrown a single punch and you guys are talking about where to eat, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
Not wrong. Not
Yeah.
wrong. It's
So you think
important though.
that's the reason she made me run 3 times?
Maybe, I don't know. It's funnier that
Maybe.
way.
It
Mm.
is.
Yep.
It is. Man, I was really struggling translating that from Tagalog, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Englishero ka
Gotta
kasi.
get the Tagalog steps in.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah.
did you guys get to learn how to punch properly?
Yeah, man,
All
it was
that
fun.
stuff. Yeah. I mean, I during that time I also I'd become like a part-time coach. Whenever everyone is
Oh, dude,
like
whenever I was punching
everywhere.
something, I was like, "Yo, Migs, am I doing this right?"
Yeah, because Emile and Migoy also asked me how to do some other stuff because like nobody knows how to like as a first timer. Nobody has any idea how to do the speed bag, the double-ended bag, all that stuff. So those are
Mm.
really foreign to anyone who hasn't been boxing. So I did my part to also teach them a bit how to do it.
Yeah, because
I
to be
hope it's
fair,
right.
that one coach we had was managing like 6 people.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
So she would
Also-
just say, "Go do the speed bags," and I'm like, "I don't know how to do that."
Yeah.
Immediately starts
Also-
teabagging.
Also, shout out to that coach. Like she was doing like mitts for 6 people. That's like 18
Damn.
rounds total.
Dude.
3 rounds per person.
Three
She just
rounds?
kept
Yeah.
going.
Wala. Y'all,
He
y'all
just kept
light work.
Way
going.
more
That was a
energy than any of
workout.
us.
Y'all light
We were
work.
light work to her, dude.
Yeah. So
Sick.
yeah,
Ah,
I'm
good.
just
That's
happy that you guys. Yeah, I'm just happy you guys like boxing.
Dude,
Like-
I enjoyed it enough that I want to go boxing again this Sunday if anyone wants to go with me.
Oh man, my class pass is done though.
Oh, I'm still on the free trial, so I'm gonna try out the boxing gym underneath my building. I'm gonna try that, the one next to
Mhm.
Donna's yoga studio. So I'm gonna try
Oh,
that.
okay.
If anyone wants to come with me, just tell me.
Yeah,
We also do have coupons for that gym we did go to.
I
Yeah,
did
I
like
think
that
there's
gym
like
we
a-
went to.
10% off, I think, for a walk-in. And I think walk-in rates are like what 700, 800.
No, dude, it's cheaper. It's cheaper.
Oh, it's cheaper
Like-
now. Okay.
Like I actually looked at all of the rates and I was like, these are reasonable. These are pretty reasonable rates. Like for
Yeah.
the thing we did, which is boxing plus circuit training, for a non-member for a session, right? It's 450. And for a
Oh,
member
okay.
it's
What the heck?
350. Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
700.
Dude, it's
then-
it's pretty affordable.
It's that low, and that was like the longest session of class pass we've done.
Dude, that's like the longest an hour and a half session. we've
Yeah,
done.
Dude.
like almost 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I was dying, man. And then Aris made us
Yeah.
run 5K after, like by
Oh, God.
bribing us with free
Yeah.
Denny's.
Worth it though.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Free Denny's.
Yeah.
Boxing,
Boxing
baby.
fun. I want to do it again. So if anyone is game on Sunday, just tell me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's see.
Let's see, baby. If it's early,
All right,
That's
I
it.
think
That's the
that's-
I just have a basketball at the night.
Ooh.
But yeah, we'll
Okay.
put it together.
Yeah.
We'll put it together.
We'll put it
Yeah,
together.
you
Yeah,
use
yeah,
the
yeah.
ball as a speed bag afterwards.
Hell.
That's my week,
Right.
baby.
Rock.
Yep, I think that's it for our podcast episode. I guess for the Rex, you guys want to
Yeah.
do some Rex or we're gonna skip it? Rex?
Yeah,
Rex,
Do
yeah,
it?
Rex.
Some quick,
Right?
Rex. Quick.
Right?
Oh,
Okay.
I got
Yep, go
I
ahead.
got
Go
one.
ahead, Raffy.
There's a really fucking funny podcast that our friend of the show, Chad Forth, from the Rayma Ruth files.
Is it that
Ooh,
has sent, and it is this Instagram of a podcast called Batman Taz Podcast.
Oh shit,
This
Oh.
is
Yeah.
that's
our,
good.
it's really good. Like
That's
uh
real good.
that they have, I think I haven't really listened to any of their full episodes, but the best thing that they do and what I've seen so far is they make little reels of funny bits from the show, and basically it's I from what I can glean, it's kind of like a book club where they watch one episode and they kind of talk about what happens.
Mm.
Um and then they, like, just through their humor, they just bag on stuff that happens. Like, why did Batman do this? Why did Batman just leave Victor Freeze and Nora Freeze out in the cold to die? He just jets off into with his Batwing. Like, he jets off into the sunset with his Batwing, ganyan. But they reenact all of their goofing on it using the animation from the show. And I don't know how they do it, but it seems like when they're miming Batman talking about something, the lips of Batman are also doing what they are. Like, parang, I don't know how they do it. Like, they recreate it so well. So when you're watching the reel, you're watching their goof, like, made real.
Sick.
Like, it's very good. Batman Taz Pod on Instagram is where I'm seeing it. I will link it in the chat. I'm gonna wreck it.
It's
Nice.
like how Adult Swim used to do parodies of old shows back then, where they pantomime lines and then just match the lip syncing.
Right,
You
Yeah.
know,
right.
and I don't know if like these guys are possibly past writers of the show. I know they're like some of them are DC and comic, like
Right.
DC shows and comic writers.
Right.
I don't know if they work directly with the show, but like a lot of their reels are very insightful as well.
Mm,
It's very good, very
yeah,
nice Instagrams.
very good. Like, got good goofs. Just a fun thing to hit your feed. I'm gonna wreck it. That's me.
Cool.
Nice.
I think I will recommend something really, really fast too.
Go for it.
Okay.
What do you call it? It's been what's filling my time while I'm doing some work, or like if I'm just like not doing quite anything, or if I'm driving or something like that. It filled my time on the drive up and down to Baguio. Um, and that is Creepcast. If any of you guys have listened to this podcast before, it is a podcast comprised of two people who are Wendigoon, if you have ever heard of him.
Hey,
He reads scary stories online and stuff like that. He usually does lists, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
the second half of this podcast is um, Meat Canyon. If you've ever seen any of his
Oh,
Oh,
cartoons.
Meat
okay.
Canyon. That's a
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
name I
the
haven't
Gathering
heard for a
player,
long
Meat
while.
Canyon.
Yep.
I
So Meat
see.
Canyon and Wendigoon join their powers to read classic creepy pastas and like scary
Wow.
stories from the internet. And basically, the dynamic is Wendigoon knows everything, and Meat Canyon knows nothing. And it's pretty fun, specifically because Meat Canyon is a voice actor and he does all the voices for the stories, and Wendigoon
Mm.
does all of the narrations. And it's
Cool.
less about listening to a creepy story because it almost never gets creepy
Yeah.
because of how
Mm.
stupid Meat Canyon and Wendigoon are. Um, it's more about listening to them trying to get through a story without laughing their asses off. So
Mm.
if you guys want to listen to two guys try to make it through a scary story, listen to Creepcast. It's great.
Sick.
I'm
Sick.
gonna
Nice.
wreck it.
Sick.
All right. I think for me, I will recommend a movie that is a bit related to the Ren Fair experience that Emil has had in
Mhm.
Baguio.
Is it?
I'm gonna yep, I'm gonna recommend Role Models.
Okay.
Oh
Have you guys watched Role Models? Role
no.
Models. All right. So
No.
Role Models is a movie starring Stifler from American Pie, Sean
Oh,
William Scott,
whoa.
and
Mm.
Paul Rudd.
Paul
So
Rudd is.
yep, they play as um mentors for kids who are in juvie. So
Interesting.
and the way they've mentored one particular kid, played by Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Place, the guy from Superbad, is they support his LARPing sessions. So
Nice.
it's a movie about
Okay.
LARPing.
Cool.
And there's one. The reason why I really want to recommend is because there's one character who's played by Jolo Trulio, who I know you guys know as who is in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Mm.
Um,
Boyle.
yeah, what's his name? Yeah, Boyle.
Boyle. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck,
Uh,
Boyle. Okay.
yeah, he has a lot of really good scenes in this movie. So yeah, role models. It's a really good, fun comedy movie. I'm gonna wreck it
Cool.
Nice. I will. I will. Next time I see this, it's on
on
site.
Amazon Prime.
All
It's
right.
on Prime Video.
Love
So
it. Love it.
go have it. Yep.
All right.
What about you, Bigoy?
Oh shit, it's me again. Oh, recitation time. Yes, teacher. The, I mean, like this. My rec is from 3 weeks ago. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean
Fine.
it's
Yeah,
That's
still
yeah.
fine.
relevant.
my
It's still
feelings have
relevant.
kind of changed. Yeah, yeah, I'll
Relevant.
still recommend it.
Okay.
It's just that the season has ended for this show, and I
Mhm.
have thoughts. But I
Sure.
will recommend Severance season 2 because that just
Oh my
Mm.
wrapped up.
god. Yep.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
Yeah.
the show by what's his name, Migs.
Ben
What's
Stiller.
the no? It's a
Oh
Ben
God.
Stiller show, but who? Adam? What's his name?
The guy you wanna
Adam
Adam Scott
Scott.
punch.
from
Yeah.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Funny
Yeah.
man. The another Amazon Prime. Wait, no, Apple TV. Fuck, it's harder to
Apple.
Yeah.
watch.
Apple.
Apple
Yep.
TV.
Yep.
They got greenlit for a third season, so
Oh
that's
shit.
good
Okay.
because shit. My issue with it is it didn't end,
Oh
but hey,
really?
we're getting
Oh.
season 3. I just want American TV shows to have an ending, please. It's good
But is
though.
it
Like
a
it's a good
but is it
ride
a good
all throughout.
okay. That's what's important.
I
Like
just want to finish the story for fuck's sake. Because what is it? Another 2 years for season 3? God
oh
Cool.
damn.
man.
Severance season
All
2.
right.
If you haven't seen season 1, get on that. That's all very good.
I just
Yep.
started episode
Run the wreck.
1.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Okay, let's go.
That's
Also,
it?
damn, that
All right,
haunting
that's
intro
it.
theme is
That
like one of my
is
favorite things.
that is a
Yeah.
good
That
trade.
is a good trade.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
is a good trade. That's like the definition of a good trade.
Yep.
Let me look up in my
And
webster. Flip, 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 flip. Good trade. Oh yeah, yep. That's one. Yep.
Yep. Yep. It
That's
says
really
this podcast as the definition.
Yep.
Right?
And if you want to listen to more of this podcast, you can check us out on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, and your any of your favorite podcast listening apps. So check us out, Good Trades Podcast or Good Trades Brigade. And if you want to check out the video version, you could also check us out live um, every fortnight on twitch.tv/Good Trades Brigade. We also have VODs of our past or previous episodes in our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Good Trades Brigade.
Mhm.
Emile, what would our listeners where would our listeners go to if they want to support us more in our podcasting endeavors?
So, if anyone out there who have our voices in their ear holes right now would like to have more of our voices in their ear holes and would like to support us in any which way or form, you can head on over to www.patreon.com/goodtradesbrigade. And for the price of a cup of coffee, you can have more of us in your ear holes.
Yep,
Yeah.
we got
Ooh.
exclusive shows just
Mhm.
like the Good Trades Bites, where we it's basically Good Trades but more condensed, more focused on one topic or one thing that we've experienced or checked out. So far we got three episodes in, so do check us out. And if you know, the only way to do that is to sign up in our sub up into our Patreon, become a Patreon and support us.
Become a
I think
Patreon.
Sick.
that's it.
I love it.
Become a Patronus.
Patronus. Oh,
When
well,
I when
yeah.
I was a Patronus.
All right, I think that's it. That's the show. Thanks for
Hey,
listening
Thank
and
you.
keep it going.
There was, there
keep
was,
going.
there was one time that I exclaimed out loud in
Mhm.
watching Daredevil when
Okay.
when Fisk actually said Vanessa. He said the thing. He
Oh,
said
dude,
the
exactly.
thing.
Yep, me too.
he said the real thing though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what made me laugh. So
He says at
it's
one point
it's
he's
sort of a
yeah. You do it.
yeah. I don't want to spoil it, but you'll get it.
I gotta figure
All
out where
right.
to watch this thing, man.
We should raid someone, and I
Yeah.
know Raffy has an idea who to raid
Yeah.
because he is also late to the
Oh
league
boy.
party,
Yeah.
so we gotta put our boy home.
Alright.
So who we gonna raid? Who we
We're
gonna
gonna
raid,
raid
Raffy?
Florin Hanan, but that'll be it for
Hey,
audio recording.
Flow, let's go.
Okay.
raid.
Bye,
For,
podcast listeners.
Bye.
well,
Bye.
Be
And
ambitious.
remember,
Catchphrases.
wait. How
yeah,
do we
Always
raid
be ambitious.
again?
boys be
Slash
ambitious.
raid.
Raid slash raid, or maybe it's
Ah.
not
You need
working
to
out
be on the.
for me.
I can do it.
What should our raid
Right.
Also,
message
are we
be?
stopping the recording?
Yeah.
Show me
Yeah.
Rambaral's goof.
Yeah, dude.
That's the one.
That's the one.
They might get it. I don't know.
They might get it.
Sure.
Okay,
enough.
stopping the
Never stopped us
recording
before.
now.
Yep. Stop.
Oh,
Stopped it.
stop disturbing the peace.
Alright.
Okay.
Eh,
Thanks for listening, chat. Hopefully,
Alright.
you guys. Oh, there you go.
Okay. We
Oh
raided.
no,
I
hindi
have
tayo
We raided.
kailangan,
control.
Rafi.
There we